6. Manitoba, SRS runway, auto thrust is blue. 80 knots, thrust set. 5500. 31. Rotate.
Should we wait? Should we wait here for about 40 seconds? What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel here for another live stream coming at you from North Texas with a tornado watch, apparently, that I just got on my phone. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Wow. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to all the people in the technical help chat in my Discord that were helping me out there. Romulus, Scorpion, Christian, a couple more of y'all. It goes that there was a lot of surgery going on with my PC. So this stream, I definitely wanted to do some more testing before streaming, but I didn't get to do any of that. So this is going to be a little bit of both here. We're going to do a little bit of a test flight, kind of a benchmark flight, see what we got going on. I have bumped a lot of my settings to Ultra. I have not bumped them all to Ultra because I know there is no rig out there that can possibly handle everything set to max on this. Now, what I am running is basically Q8 video, or Q8 Pilot made a video for Sim Update 9 recently about how to tweak your settings, and I'm doing a lot of what he has recommended. I will say right now, sitting here on the ground in LAX with my current settings, I'm using about 46% of my GPU, and it's holding about 62 degrees Celsius. And I'm using about 7 gigs of my dedicated GPU memory so far, just sitting here. So it's chewing away. It's chewing away here in LAX on the ground in the BAE 146. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Good to see everybody in chat. Fubar, good to see you. Tom Pasco, Aliska Rastas Robinson, Francisco, Herman Ronk, good to see you. John Padfield, Blue Bear, good to see you, sir. Dimitri, I saw you popping in up there. Ripper253, good to see you. And Digital Merc, What is up, everyone? Fubar says, heads up, V1, the power company said they're bringing new plants online to handle the load of your new card. Hey, I've already brought 2 fans into the office, so if it gets too hot in here, I'm going to have to bump those up as well. But this is a benchmark, kind of a testing stream for us. We're going to go ahead and test it with none other than the beautiful BAE 146, and we're going to take off here out of LA and head up to Los Angels, Nevada. Las Vegas. I do have the Fly Tampa Vegas scenery. I can tell right now that everything just looks sharper. You know, my 1070 settings were not bad. I was actually getting decent performance on MSFS, but I did have my settings, quite a bit of my settings into the medium range. But I could just tell immediately that stuff just looks a little bit sharper. So it'll be excited to see this, see how this plays out. I'm excited. I hope you guys are ready. Hope you're all ready for the ride and the flight over to Vegas. Carl Blunden, thank you for joining the channel. Welcome to Private Pilot, sir! Exclamation point! Welcome for you new perks here on the channel. So, one last thing I'll say before we get going is, unfortunately, fortunately, unfortunately, however you look at it, I think Microsoft Flight Simulator really shines when we actually have some weather effects, either clouds or haze or rain or what have you. Right now, this route is completely VFR. There's not a cloud in the sky in real world, as is in the sim. So I may go away from real weather, and I may end up injecting some additional weather, just so we can get an eye, see what that looks like later on. But for right now, let's go ahead and stick with what we got real weather on. We have expedited time. I think I've zipped it up to about 5 p.m. local, so we get a little bit of sunset action here. So my cloud settings prior to on the 1070 were high. I believe they were high. I am running ultra clouds as well. So all right, enough of that. Let's hop into the cockpit here. Very sharp as always. I mean, this cockpit just looks good no matter what graphics card you have, really. I mean, this cockpit is just so well done. 1440p stream win. We'll see about that in the future, man. Let's go ahead and get this airplane fired up, though. Like I said, we're gonna go battery 1, battery 2. Let's check battery voltages. Ooh, battery 2 has a little bit less juice than battery 1. That is fine, though. Thank you, GD, for the congrats on the upgrade, man. It was a challenge getting it together. I will tell you that. There was no easy feat in getting it together. I'm just going to go ahead and start the APU straight away. Let's do that, okay? So I'm going to go left inner pump on. We're going to go APU generator on. We're going to come back to the overhead here. I'm going to go high intensity nav lights. And let's go ahead and just fire up the APU. We're going to do everything from the APU today. So APU is spooling up. Let's get some fog going, real auto land conditions. You know what, maybe, so I'm planning on doing 2 legs. If my computer makes it for 2 legs, we're gonna do, on the return leg into LA, we'll sock it in. How's that? We will just sock it into like low vis. I don't think this airplane can do an auto land. Actually, I know it can't. I think Cat 2 is as low as it will go, but we will set up for a full-blown Cat 2 approach to minimums on the return leg. What makes artificial horizons tumble when they're not in use? Vacuum pressure, Jeremy. So the artificial horizon, this one in particular, and the other ones that are not glass, this is all run off of a vacuum system. And there's no vacuum pressure right now. So that, well, I take that back. Some of them are vacuum pressure. Some of them are electrical. So right now, you're going to see here our APU generator is on. I'm going to go ahead and get the bus ties on. I'm going to arm the inverters. And now when I come up here, Jeremy, and I turn on the avionics master, it should right itself. And this one is not pneumatic. So that was that was thinking more of like light aircraft when you're talking about the tumbling of the attitude indicator. But this one is indeed requires electrical power. All right, so let's go ahead and continue with our overhead flow. There is quite a bit to set up on this airplane, which I do enjoy, though. So we got our masters on up there. Brake fans, we'll go ahead and keep those off for now. Anti-skid, we'll put that in the on position. We're going to leave the anti-skid and lift, we're going to leave the lift spoilers off for now. We're going to leave the hydraulics off right now. Center tank transfer is going to come on. We already did our fuel tank pumps. This looks good. I'm going to put this to APU gen so we can monitor that. We've already got everything else going on. Let's go ahead and get the galley power on so we can get some coffee going. That sounds good. We'll keep the engine anti-ice off. This is all good for now. That can all stay off. Coming over here further right. Engine air. Let's go ahead and get the APU air on. And we're on the ground today, so Pack 2 is an even day, so we're going to run Pack 2. And then we're also going to get some flight deck fans in here. You'll hear the APU spool up. or the pack spooling up. I don't know who's the F-18 doing crazy stuff out there, but it is what it is. We'll get the entry light on as well, no smoking signs, and arm the emergency lights as well. I can tell already I am. Frames are hurting a tad. All right, let's go ahead and start boarding. But I do need to do some tweaking with NVIDIA as well, like the NVIDIA manager. What am I trying to do here? Go home, settings, nope. Happy 3090 day. Let's go ahead and resume this. OFP. Pull it up. LA to Vegas. Easy route, Orca 5 Misen. It looks like tower is online and we have a clearance as well. So, and they filed us as filed except maintain 5,000. So that's going to be real easy. Let's come down here. We're going to index that. Let's go to flight plan and let's go Los Angeles here, LAX to Las Vegas. I knew this time when they brought the F-18 out. Oh yeah, I know, John. I know. And actually, it's kind of annoying, if I'm being honest. We'll set tilt to 15 while I'm here. That should be a tilt to 15. We'll put it in standby for now. And let's go ahead and get the ATIS. I believe we're taking off of the standard 25-ish, 24, right? 25, 24. Yep. Hopefully Mrs. V1 is having a happy 3090 day. She doesn't fully know the situation of the 3090 yet, so we're going to keep that on the DL. All right, Blue Bear? We're going to keep that on the DL. All right, let's go departure, arrival. I'm going to expect, we're over at Bradley, so I'm going to expect 25 right for departure, and we're going to be on the, what did I say? Orca. Next page, Orca 5, Misen transition, execute that, and then we're going to just load right into Vegas. So we're going to go back to the departure arrival index, arrival. I'm just going to plan 2-6 left because it seems to be pretty standard. 2-6 left on the Reindeers, I believe. Yep, Reindeers 1. Misen transition, execute. Now we can just look at our legs here, and we're going to skip next. Misen Teddy, we're just going to clear that out. So we go direct to Teddy after Misen, execute. This is Orca 5, I believe we got a vector here. We'll keep it under collective hats. Thanks for the new subscribe, guys. Appreciate it. Was that Georgie? Oh, it was Georgie. Thank you for the subscribe there, man. Appreciate it. Miss Jungles, welcome. Thank you so much. Yes, new GPU. Good day all. What is up, Miss Jungles? Thanks for tuning into the stream. Good day to you. New GPU day indeed. Block fuel 6.9. Let's go ahead and load that up. So it's 6.9. I'm just going to set 7,000. 7,000. Enter. So we got 3,500 aside. We're going to take almost a full load over there, 112 people. We're not going to have that much cargo though. We're going to go 900 and 900. We'll go ahead and set the trim by clicking that. That is good. Now let's go back and look at our actual charts here. We're going to be departing LAX. We got to pull up that Orca. SID on the Orca 5. Okay, so yeah, this one is pretty self-explanatory. Basically, Docker, radar vector. Wish I could make it bigger. I can't even read the text, honestly. Climb on heading, direct Docker, below 3,200. ATC expect left turn to Clipper. Well, we can do all of that. We're going all the way out to Misen. Let's pull up the taxi chart. Should be a pretty simple taxi out. Like I said, we're just on the Bradley terminal over here, which is going to just be a left turn out. We'll call them up at Charlie 9. We'll probably take Charlie all the way down. plus symbol. Oh, there it is. Thank you. There we go. Charlie 9 all the way out. That looks good. Let me just double check the SID. I don't like how you can't drag this. You can't drag this. You can only click it. There we go. Yeah, Docker. So 25 right, climb on heading 251. Climb across Docker at or below 3, then on heading 236. But our clearance says climb via SID except maintain 5. So we'll make sure we don't cross a Docker at or above 3. So we'll set 3,000 initially because we want to hit Docker at or below 3. So that looks good. Let's come over here. Let's set up this to 3,000 feet. Cool. We can't quite arm that yet. Let's come down here. We're going to turn on yaw damper, and we're going to set our squawk code of... Experienced any lagging? Yeah, I did, Brian, from Sim Update 9. Even on my last GPU, I was definitely getting a ton of lag with Sim Update 9. Sim Update 9 really made my sim weird, so it's kind of a bad time to get a new GPU because now I don't know what's GPU and what is Sim Update 9. There were some strange things happening there on Sim Update 9, even with my 1070, like with disconnecting from the server and all that stuff. So I don't know. Now probably a bad time to set up a new GPU because I'm going to be thinking, oh, it's all my GPU, when in fact it may just be Sim Update 9 causing the issues. Let's go ahead and turn that on, put the DME on. Let's go ahead and do some hydraulic situation now. We're going to go 1 and 3. We're going to turn the DC pump on. See a slow pressurization. Let's go PTU and AC pump on, and here we go. We're pressurizing both systems. Have I tried IXP? No, I literally, guys, I haven't tried anything, so I expect to be more tweaking with my setup here. I literally got it hooked up about 20 minutes ago, or like when I made the update at like 1 o'clock. And so I fired up my PC, made sure it wasn't going to blow up on me, and now we're here. So that's it. I haven't had any time to do a lot of tweaking or anything like that. Seatbelt sign is coming on. We're going to arm the emergency flight deck lights, and I think we are about ready to go. So we've got RNAV selected for departure. We have 3,000 set. We'll arm that after engine start, so that looks good. All right, let's run through some checklists here, and then we're going to close up and get ready to roll out. CPU heavy, it definitely can run, and let me pull up my settings right now, because I'm trying to monitor this for me on this stream too. So right now my CPU is at 55%. My CPU is running at 55, 57, 58, 56, so it's right in that mid-50s range at 4.68 gigahertz. And my GPU is now running still about 48%, and it's about 64 degrees. Seems to be holding pretty steady at 64. I assume that's an okay temperature. It doesn't show anything red or anything like that. So I'll keep you updated on that as well. All right, here we go. Let's run through this checklist. I love this airplane. I absolutely love this airplane. Let's just kind of skip through this one here, make sure we didn't miss anything. Transponder, we did all that. Flaps and up, nav lights, we did that. We did all that. Anti-skid on, yellow and green, lift spoilers. I gotta turn those on. Ooh, we should do an MWS test. All our panels are up. Bring it back out into the middle position now. We'll reset it. There's a hydraulics test. Oxygen on and all checked. Okay, so we basically did all of that. That's where we're gonna pick it up. Let's go ahead and get the yellow and green lift spoilers on though before I forget. 1 and 2. And brake fans can stay off for now. And high and net, everything else looks good up top. So, before start, checklist, please. Departure briefing. Well, we talked about it. We are going to be basically straight out off 25 left at or below 3,000. If we get a climb and maintain 5,000, that's per our PDC, but let's climb via SID except maintain 5. So you know what? I made a mistake. So it says except maintain 5. So he did give me a change. So climb via SID except maintain 5,000. So our 5,000 is our initial altitude. We have that set. We expect a radar vector approximately a left turn out to Docker and on our way to Vegas. Super short flight, so we got to be on top of it. Brake pressure checked above 2,500 psi. So we'll tick that. Hydraulics all off. They are all off. Fuel center transfer. That is an auto. Ice detection. We are going to turn that to on right now for engine start. Ice detection is on. Tick item. Fasten seatbelt sign is on. Fuel quantity checked and zeroed out. Altimeters, I didn't get the altimeters. Let's hit B, 2909 or 6. They are set and cross-checked. MWS ground op, we just did that, reset it, and it's in the middle position. TMS N1 speed bugs, we do need to set that up. So what's bothering me is when I put my computer back together, my mouse, I didn't get my mouse cord completely unpinched, so I have limited mouse movements. All right, powered up just fine. Let's run a test. Just going to run through all of our tests here. I love just the reflections on the glass. Man, this cockpit is so pretty looking. Running, it says CPU utilization doesn't mean much if you have more cores than the sim can use. That's right. So that's right, because doesn't Microsoft only use, like, it doesn't take advantage of multi-core, right? All right, we are going to set takeoff mode. Outside air temperature, though, is not 20, so that's my bad. Outside air temp is, according to the ATIS, I could pull it up, but I have it right here. It's 20 degrees, so it's not that far off. It's set perfectly, 90.6, so that is set for takeoff. We'll go ahead and set the bugs for takeoff. So 90.6 is our TMS set. We'll go ahead and power that off for engine startup here. Continue with the checklist, please. All right, time to close doors and equipment. We're going to do that next, and then we are on the engine starting checklist. So let's go ahead and close it up. Aircraft. Let's go ahead and close the cargo doors, aft cargo, aft service door. We'll pull the chocks, and we'll close the forward passenger door. With that closed, I'm going to also turn off the entry light. I'm also going to pre-plan my pushback. And you know what we can do as well? Let's go aircraft, and let's get rid of the jetway. Pushback, pre-plan. Bradley terminal will make a left turn out of here because we're facing east, I believe. Yeah, we are. So we want to make a left turn on pushback. Right about there. Looks good. Cool. All right. Let's turn the beacon on. And continue with the before start checklist. Beacon light, it is on. Packs and APU air, all off. So pack 2 is off, APU air is off. Tick item. Engine anti-ice, all 4 on. Fuel pumps, all, oh no. RIP. We have our very first crash. And it was, no air message on that, no. Literally just shut off. Temps are fine. That's the first thing I'm checking. It's actually like 58C, so temps are fine. It seems like there was a GPU spike. Let me look at this. Interesting. See, this is the problem about doing this right after Sim Update 9, because now I don't know, okay, is that my GPU or is that Sim Update 9? I guess the only way to tell is to quickly reboot the sim and find out. So let's do that. Literally just went all blank on me. So we're rebooting right now. I know you're looking at a black screen. Give me a minute. Good news is it does seem to load pretty darn quick now. I'm going to pull up Event Viewer right now. We're going to continue in normal mode. I'm going to pull up Event Viewer right now. Application. Here's the other thing, too, that may cause an issue. Is I wonder if I need a driver thing. So faulting Application path, Microsoft Flight Simulator, exception code, let's see, faulting module name, coherent gtcore.dll. I'm going to post this in the chat if you guys want to, if you guys are gurus. There we go. That's what it was. You've had so many crashes with FS 2020, I gave up troubleshooting it. Basically, I just use X-Plane for serious flight stays. Wow. It could be the pushback plugin. It has a known memory leak. Interesting, Inscore. I'm going to not use the pushback plugin on that one. How would we push back then? Is it just Shift P? If I don't use the pushback, can I just do Shift P? All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and jump right back into it. We're going to just do quick. I'm going to go heads down mode. We're going to leave it at the gate. I'm going to go, where were we? 53 Bravo, set as departure. And we're just going to go right into it. And I'm going to flip it around here real quick. Last flight over an hour I did in Microsoft Flight Sim was a transatlantic flight, then a DC-6 crash before entering Oceanic. Nothing worse than a sim crash after you've done all that hard work. Oh, Ripper, I can only imagine even in the DC-6 too, let alone. Man. I was connected to VATSIM. I have since been disconnected from VATSIM. Thank you, Enrique. You said you enjoyed the streams, man. I appreciate it. This I do need y'all's patience on this today. I do appreciate it because again, this is kind of a testing flight for me. I'm just going to go right into. A matter of fact, do you know what we can do with this airplane? We're going to go.
Turnaround mode selected.
Turnaround mode selected. Oh, we need. What do we need? 7,000. 7,000 pounds. We'll lighten up the cargo again. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Close you. Close you. Pull the stairs. Pull that. Pull the chocks. I'm going to go up to the overhead. We'll start the APU for engine start. So I will say this though. So this is why it's hard to determine if it's a 1070 or I'm sorry, not 3090 thing. I rarely had crashes with my 1070 GPU. Very rare. So if this continues, I don't know. It's going to be hard for me to know what is a crash and what is not a crash. Real quick here, we're going to go flight plan. Good thing it's super easy. We're going to do KLAX, and then we're going to go Las Vegas. And to keep it even easier, we're going to just stay off VATSIM for this one. VATSIM, departure, arrival. We are going to be departing on 25 right on the, what was it? Orca 5, Meissen, execute, departure arrivals, Vegas arrivals, 26 left on the Reindeers, 1, Meissen transition, execute, a legs page. We're going to keep that disco, we're going to clear that right there, execute that. Alright, that is good. Come up to the overhead. Let me make sure I'm just going to do this all. That's all on. That's all on. That's good. We're going to start all 4 engines. That's good. APU air is off. Packs come off for engine start. No smoking is on. Logo lights, beacon lights, high intensity lights are set. Ice protection for engine start. 1, 2, 3, 4 are on. And I think we are pretty much ready to go. APU gen is on. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off external power. Ice detect on is set. Okay. I think we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and pull the ground power. Close the forward door. Now it is broad daylight now. But let's go ahead and release the brakes. And we're just going to do a shift P. Ah, see, it just keeps pulling it up. Interesting. Alright, well, here we go. Power and V speeds, we're going to set those right now. Good call. We actually got to power that up. Takeoff 90.6. We'll set the cards. Done. Powered back off for engine start. And we're going to set 5,000 on the initial altitude. $5,000 is set. We are in RNAV mode. Standby up 15 over here. Yeah, I have a 1050 PSU, so I don't think it's a power situation. I don't think it's that, but very well could be. We'll leave it squawk at 2,000 right now. We're just going to go TARA. And I want to adjust the time again. We're live weather, but we're going to bring the time, what was it, like probably like 5:55. Cool. All right, we're starting up. I'm actually just going to kind of guide the pushback here manually, and then we are going to disconnect and start up. Appears to be software related. We'll see. I hope that was one of not many. I don't believe I have AIG traffic, Ricardo. Yeah, I don't have AIG. That's one it takes forever to set up, right? I don't think I have that. DA Aviator, you've been having issues since Sim 8.9. Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of different guys. So you're probably right. You're probably right. I was like, are we gonna crash again? I wonder if it's something that like maybe the old cards, like my 1070 was immune to. You know, maybe my old card was immune to that stuff. Here's the thing. If it crashes again, I have all my settings saved and on like screenshots. So I'm going to go back and turn everything back down to exactly what my settings used to be. And then if it crashes again, then we know, okay, it's probably indeed the sim. You're not a true simmer and streamer without a crash once in a while. That's absolutely right, Jeremy. You're absolutely right. All right, this is a little slow here. Let's go ahead and increase that tug speed. We have a pretty tight turn with the 146, so honestly, we can make that turn out here. We'll just push back at the 45. Typically here in LA, they push you deep into the alley. But that looks good right there. Just so we can get away from that situation. So he's disconnecting. We're going to go ahead and set the parking brake, and we're going to go ahead and start engines. So let me just verify that is armed. Seatbelts are on. We're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. Start power is on that. Start master is ready. Let me brighten up some lights here just a little bit here for the overhead. You guys ready? Here we go. Starting engines. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Wait for 10%. Coherent is the engine used to generate. What did you say? Used to generate. I lost your text now. Oh, to generate the user interface. Really? Like the. Okay. So I will say, other than the plane, you know, like the graphics in the sim are amazing. And I know it has a lot of potential. And I'm definitely on the Microsoft Flight Simulator Kool-Aid train. But I will tell you, I absolutely hate the user interface, the menus. It's like a freaking Xbox game that is extremely laggy. I absolutely hate the user interface. The control binding situation for Microsoft Flight Simulator is pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. X-Plane, I think, is one of the best when it comes to control bindings. And of course, the replay or non-existent replay is awful. So, yes, I do love the airplanes and the visuals that are coming to the sim, but those three things there, the user interface, replay mode, and the control binding on this sim are just absolutely awful. There is 10%. Fuel on 3. Here we go. Whisper jet spooling up. Ripper 253. I agree with you, man. So, you know, I've said that, I'm not done with X-Plane 11 just yet, but I think the writing's on the wall. But that doesn't mean that I'm not excited for X-Plane 12. I am extremely excited for 12. Here's 8, 9, 10% fuel. I am extremely excited for X-Plane 12. 146 looks like it was made to be in this livery. Absolutely. Look at that light off there. That's cool. Gotta love the 4 APUs. When I first, because I had Microsoft Flight Sim for the alpha, like the closed alpha, my very first impression after like 20 minutes, I just Alt F4'd it because I'm like, this is an Xbox game. It felt like a console game ported to PC, and I still think it feels the same way. I really do, which is unfortunate because I think, you know, after flying this airplane and seeing what's on the horizon with PMDG and Phoenix, I think the ability of the sim to be special is absolutely possible. I'm just a little bit nervous of the platform itself now. Going to Lost Wages, yes sir. Yeah, in Score, I have the same issue too. The menus are just really, it's like molasses. Uh-oh. Oh, we never added fuel. Uh-oh. We gotta monitor this one.
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
N2's on the rise. TGT's coming up. Typical signs of a hot start is if your TGT start to outrun your N2. I'm sorry, your N1. So you can see it outran it a little bit, but I think we're going to be just fine. 454 is normal. Cool. All right, there we go. Looks like we've got 4 good starts. We'll go to the overhead now. Let's go generator 1, generator 4. Are these not on? Oh, they are. Those are all on. Start master off. Let's check generator 4, generator 1 are both in the green. That is good. Engine 3, 4 pumps on. PTU comes on. DC pump is on. PTU is on. And we can go ahead and turn on pack 1 and 2. APU air on. Engine air off. Engine anti-ice is coming off. Get our heaters on. And I think we are looking good here. Make sure everything else is good to go. Cool. We got 3 lights on the bottom. That is normal. I'm going to go ahead and brighten this up here a little bit. Brighten up the FO side too. Alright, 5,000 feet. Flight director's on. Arm the altitude. Runway heading is approximately 2... What is runway heading? We got it in the leg space here. 251. Out to Docker. So I'm going to set 251. Right about there. And I'm going to go ahead and select heading mode on the HSI. We're going to press the toga. So there we go. We are altitude arm, go around, heading, pitch, RNAV. And honestly, we could be in regular nav for this because we're just going to do heading, but that's fine. We're doing a flaps 18 departure, so let's go ahead and get the stick cam online. Let me get this out of here. And let's go ahead and extend flaps. Position 2. Yeah, mouse slip killing the controls, or killing, yeah, I hate the mouse slip thing. I do have my track IR on, which I may end up using right now. So, I am not using the latest update on 2-bar pushback. I do need to get it updated. I do. Alright. We are about ready to get out of here. Let's do an after start checklist. Start power, norm, masters are off, engine anti-ice as required, Gen 1 and 4 on, brake fans auto, hydraulics are on, AC pump and PTU are on, heaters are all on, APU and air, they are on as required, engine air is off, TMS, power on, takeoff mode, reset our bugs for a flaps 18, or flaps 24 departure is set. Tick item, transponder. We'll get that here in a second. Taxi lights, brakes, done. Beautiful. We are in TA, RA mode. Alright, brakes off. I'm going to get my track IR on. There we go. And apparently my track IR does not want to be on. Okay. So no track IR. Interesting. Okay. Here we go. Okay, now my views are apparently all set wrong. Interesting livery we got there. I can now run X environment with 30 FPS. I'm going to actually hold right here, and then I'm going to see what's going on with my track IR. It seems to be giving me a little bit of an issue. We're going to go ahead and hold right here. We're pretty light. Gotta get those spoilers in too. I don't know why they were out. Let me do a quick look at my track IR, see what's going on.
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
Okay, apparently I've done something now with track IR. What is up with that? Is there even a track IR in here? TRA. Toggle head tracking. I want to do something just to see what's going on. Alright. Okay, now my views are back to normal. And track IR is not working with the sim, but that's fine. Whatever. We won't use track IR then. Here we go. What's up, Dougal? Dougal McTavish. Been a while, my friend. Welcome. Welcome to the stream, sir. We are trying round 2 here. Round 2. Yeah, that paint job was interesting.
Ahead. Look up.
We're gonna take Charlie. Right? Yeah. Thank you for the subscribe there. I know this is probably not the smoothest stream I've ever done, but it's all part of the testing here. Here we go. All right, we are flaps 18 or flaps 24 is set. Our speeds are set. Our FMA is set. So, how do I? Can I just turn traffic off? I wonder if I should do that. $4K next. So I don't know about that, man. I am using 2 thrust levers right now just because I wanted to keep my Airbus levers on. Now I could have taken it all off and used like the Boeing levers and used 4, but I really like the feel of these enlarged levers that I have from the Etsy guy at 3D Sim Mods. So I am I bound 1 and 2 to number 1, and I bound 3 and 4 to number 2. So I'm running. I can still run differential thrust, but can I just turn traffic off, or is it too late for that? Iron Man, what's up, man? Thank you for the continued support. 3 months. He says, "Hey, Captain, thank you for the great streams." Thank you, Iron Man. Glad you're enjoying it, man. LA has notoriously been hard for my rig anyway, so I'll be curious to see what happens when we get out of here, get airborne. I will probably end up doing some more tweaking. Well, yeah, I know I'm going to end up doing a lot more tweaking today with my sim, and then we'll definitely be streaming tomorrow as well. I might have to give it a run in X-Plane 11, you know? We might have to load up into, like, New York or something, see what we can turn it up to in there. Nope. So you can tell I'm reading chat because I'm steering to the right. Yeah, I don't know what that dude is taxing. He's jittering all over the place over there. I mean, we're not taxiing all that slow either. My 3090 might just turn its nose up to X-Plane 11. Honestly, you know, my whole ortho problem with X-Plane 11 is what's really, it's just killed it for me, you know? So that's why I'm like, hey, bring on 12 because I got to redo my ortho anyway. So I'm ready for 12, man. The switches below the lower ECAM, those, you're talking about the, I believe you're looking at the switching panel, right? Basically what those switches are for, Iron Man, is that so you can change which information source is being displayed. So let's say the PFD has a air data failure on the FO side. So he can switch to Captain 3 and actually bring air data from the captain's side and have his screen get populated. So it's basically just a way to cycle different information across the screen. So if something goes out, you can back it up with another one. All right, here is Bravo. All right, and let's go ahead and line up and wait. We're going to go those on. We're going to go into the takeoff, or we're going to go landing on. That should be armed. Cool. And let's go ahead and call the cabin.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
Joystick, what's up, man? Hi from Switzerland. Glad to have you on board, man. Well, this is not an Airbus. Definitely overturned that one. Let's go ahead and get her on center line. I'm going to make sure I got all my checks complete. That's right. That looks good enough there. Let's go up to the overhead. We're going to go continuous ignition AB. Packs are on. APU air is on. Engine air is off. Strobes are coming. Wing lights are coming on. And strobes on. Let's do it. We're looking for 93 even on the thrust. So we're going to go ahead and spool it up 50.
TMS set to take off.
There's my FO. And here we go. Looking for 93 even. Get it nice and close. TMS will take over. There we go. We got
set. N1 achieved.
lights off on the TMS.
Speed alive, both sides.
Whoa, we're way lighter than we were yesterday.
80 knots cross-checked. V1. Rotate.
Nice and easy on the rotation. 10
V2.
degrees. Positive rate. You're up. Wow. Go ahead and continue to fly straight out. Lower that nose a little bit. Look at that. Look at those views. Oh my gosh. Look at the fog over LA. Hit the like button for that. My word, that looks good. All right, there's 1,500 feet. We're
V2 plus 10.
sync mode.
Safe high speed. Select flap 18.
Flap 18 selected. I'm going to go ahead and spin the heading bug to the left now. We're not following the flight director, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn it off. I'm going to hand fly this out here. Careful not to overspeed before those flaps are completely up, so we'll go ahead and pitch back up about 15 degrees. There we go. Golly, that looks amazing. I know it's really loud, guys. I'm sorry about that. We'll go ahead and work it down a little bit. Alright. Right about, I'm actually going to come all the way around to 090. Looking for about 250 knots. Keep my speed up here like they want in LA. They don't really want you climbing out at 180. Alright, so we got about 250 knots there. Set my trim. Let me get another look here. I can't, oh man, it just looks so good. Let's go ahead and get the autopilot on so we can enjoy some more views. I'm going to roll out here, 180, oh, I'm sorry, 090, 250 on the speed. And let's go ahead and we're going to do it all at once here. So we're going to go flight directors on, heading mode selected. Let's go ahead and spin the altitude up to 11,000 is fine. Altitude arm, autopilot on, sync mode on, and we'll go ahead and pitch up a little bit. I want to speed. Let's do 10 degrees. Sync mode off. Go ahead and spin that heading to the left. The autopilot is now flying the airplane. Let's come down here and get ready to do an RNAV. So I'm just going to go direct to kegs, execute. We're going to go into RNAV navigation, which we already are, and we're going to go ahead and hit lateral nav, and it's going to go ahead and start a left-hand turn out to the left. And there is LA. Let me turn some sounds down here as we climb out. Look at the reflection. Good night. That looks awesome. Go ahead and get rid of stick cam so you guys can get the full juice. That's where the Rams play. That was obviously before the stadium was completed. I've been flying over that stadium since they broke ground on construction. It's pretty cool. I'd say it's pretty cool to actually see it fully loaded up here. So there's 1,000 to level off. We're going to go ahead and just fly right through that. We're going to dial up our cruise altitude at flight level 210. Altitude arm. You see how it's hunting now? That's these old airplanes. They used to do that. We'll redirect it to kegs, execute, and we're still in LNAV. It's going to try to hunt to the right. So if I was really a good pilot, I would select heading mode, kind of heading it over, get her set up, and then do it. But look at these views. We got to enjoy these views here. We can't just be flying inside. This is all about the views on this one, right? Oh my word. That haze coming in over SoCal is unreal. Jeez. Look at that. Can we just enjoy that for a minute? I'm going to be quiet. Just enjoy this. Fog. Sorry. Look at that pollution. Alright, so it wants to hunt. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select heading mode here. We're going to get this thing all sorted out. We're going to go ahead and select heading. Thank you for the subscribe. We're outside of 10. I actually got to resync us here. I'm going to lower the nose. I had us doing that. Actually a little bit high on the power too. Walking back about 89% today. There we go. And I'm looking for about 1,000 feet per minute here. We'll do about 800. I'll sync mode off. Now we're going to accelerate. And what I think that looks good now. Let's just go straight into LNAV. There we go. Now she's coming center. You see that? So sometimes you have to do that with the heading bug. That really is how a lot of these older autopilots function. I mean, some of the old Citations I flew did that. Mostly all the old props. I never flew the 146, but I imagine it's very similar. Any chance you can start doing the 1080p at 60 FPS with the new card? Yeah. Yeah, I actually, you know what? That's an OBS setting I'm going to have to change. But yeah, man. It should be in 1080p though for you right now. Is it not? It should be in 1080p. Alright, there's 17.9, transition altitude, 250. Let's go ahead and bring that power back a little bit, about 88.8. 87 is fine. And we are climbing out. So we're outside of 10. We go ahead and turn the APU, I'm sorry, AC pumped up. Auto, APU off. Engine air on. APU air off. And APU start stop switch to stop. There's our climb flow. And we are cooking now. Oh yeah, 30, yeah, so that is I will change that in the next stream setting. That's an OBS setting I gotta change. I literally just wanted to get the card installed and fly. So like I said, I have to do a lot of tweaking. I'm pretty much gonna be staying at the office all day today. So after the stream concludes, I will probably end up doing a members only stream of just me messing around. I might fire up BCS, I might fire up this airplane again, or I might even try to fire up X-Plane 11 just to see, just for some testing stuff. All right, we're looking good. 19.2, we're climbing out, and we're headed to Navy. I really wish I had my VATSIM on. It sucks that we had that crash, because I would have liked to have used up the VATSIM today, but maybe we'll do it on the next flight. No, there's no US Airlines running the 146 anymore. All right, let's go ahead and dial this way back down. That sounds better. Look at that. Oh, you know what? I still had Discord running in the background. That's also a frame hog for some reason. Let me get... We don't have a lot of crews, so that's fine. Yeah, if I have a 1080p monitor, I believe, yeah, it's a ultra wide 1080p, I think. No, it's curved. It's got a little curve to it. Captain Skillby, what's up, man? Said I'd like to add bourbon to the in-flight menu, please. Small batch, great. Larceny small batch, great one, about 30 USD. Hey, Shaq, you know what? I'm gonna hit up the wife when we land in Vegas, and I'm gonna ask to see if she's leaving the house, because if she wants to stop by the liquor store, I think I'm gonna need some tonight. Thanks for the update, man. Glad to see you here on stream, man. Welcome. 146 seems like a dang tank. It is, man. I love the 146. There's our alt arm. We're leveling here at flight level 210 over the mountains. Let's go outside for a second. Oh my word. Oh, we left all our lights on. Hold on. Hashtag fake pilots in chat. Here we go. Get all those off. Get that off. And wing lights, logo lights come off, and seatbelt signs can come off. Look at that. Don't you have liquor delivery there? No, man, not where I'm at. In fact, it's a good point. I need to pull up the radar, see if there's a tornado coming, because there was a tornado watch. It's not a warning, but I didn't see anything earlier on the radar. But some stuff starting to build up. Right on the edge of a tornado watch out here. Cool, love that. Flying twice in these from London, flew twice in these from London City. Dougal, awesome, man. Awesome. You know what? I forgot. Let's turn the cabin on. Turn the interior cabin on, and we no longer need that. Let's go get rid of that. Let's go back here. Let me reset these views a little bit for you. Oh my word, look at this. Look at it. Look at that. Up, I need to go up. Won't let me go up any higher. What's up with that? I had a dang near perfect view. There we go. Look at that with the sun coming in. Are you kidding? I think we're probably overspeeding, so I'm gonna just go ahead and bring the power back a little bit right now. Northwest Airlines United used to fly the 146 in Aspen. Yeah, on the steep approach. I never did get to fly that. But I do remember people talking about that. I remember seeing pictures of that, I think. I think, in fact, in Aspen, in the airport, in the FBO, I think they got some pictures still of 146s going in there. They really lock you in this cabin good, though. Can you pull up the task manager so we can see GPU? I have it up. I'd have to create a new window for you to see it, but let me look at it right now. So right now, task manager says CPU is at 49%, running 4.6 gigahertz. It's up to 50, basically fluctuating between 48 and 50%. GPU is 56% utilization right now, 68C. And as far as memory in use, 12. We've got 18 committed, 16.9 cache, an additional 19 gigs available. So it's holding right about 54% on the GPU, and CPU is fine, about halfway. Turn your render scale to 150 and you will get better performance. 3090 is board on 1080p. Turn your render scale to 150. I'll check that out, Eric. I think Q8 Pilot was talking about that in his stream. We do need to pay attention to where we are, though, because this flight happens quick. Oh, again. Going over Santa Clara and Victorville. John says I flew on one to the island of Jersey, UK, sat right by the engines, first flight I ever took, and the flaps whine really freaked me out. Yeah. I miss the old airplanes with the old flap sounds. You know, I'm sure this one, or like, if y'all remember that the 7.3, I think the 500 did it, but definitely the 300s, the 200s, when the flaps are deployed, like, I mean, just awesome sounds. I wish we had them still. I don't think that the new ones are pretty quiet, I think, even on the Boeing. The Airbus is really quiet. So my y-axis is inverted on. I have a little axis controller here that I can use on my other stick. I'm gonna have to invert the y-axis because every time I want to move up, I go down. Every time I go down, I want to go up. Do I remember if the ASU, Arizona State, has a flight school? Jeremy, I think they do, honestly. I used to go to ASU for the hyperbaric chamber for doing our emergency decompression tests, or emergency decompression training. We used to go to ASU quite a bit. Thanks for the new subscribe, man. Appreciate it. I do invite you guys to like the video, too, if you like this kind of content. Like seeing Microsoft Flight Simulator stuff, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you, Mr. Balika, for the subscribe, man. My dad used to fly the RJ-85 from Asaba under Northwest. Wow. Avro RJ series is just an updated version of the 146. Yep. That's awesome, Mr. T. Awesome indeed, my friend. All right, we are probably going to need some charts. So I got to log into this thing again. And I don't know why it doesn't just bring up the code. So I got to go back here. Like 6 Tango Lima X-ray Papa 6. Approve. Just Flight. There it is. Is that music a little too loud? I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Whoa. Next stream, MD-80. Probably... maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. You guys really want to see the MD-80? Or are you guys tired of seeing the MD-80 flying? Reindeers, reindeers. We're in the reindeers? Yeah, we are. Reindeers from Meisen. To make things simpler, why don't we do this? Since we are GPS equipped, we're just going to go direct to Meisen right now. Execute. 43 miles from Meisen. See, all my views are saved without the cabin. I don't know. I mean, the cabin's alright, but it's not like, you know, the fly-by-wire 320. MD-80, the real whisper jet. The speed brakes on this bird, Dougal, somebody had a good comment yesterday. They're not speed brakes, they're barn doors. When these freaking low speed brakes open up, man, it's crazy. You know, it's interesting because the F-16 is very similar to that, with the spoilers on the back. Is it reindeers or rounders? I've heard it called both, Team Vodka, the same. I have. I say reindeers. What you do not want to say is the Nits one departure. I've been yelled at multiple times coming out of Vegas. They're like, because I'm like, is it the Knights one? Because it's NITZ something. So it looks like night, or it looks like Nits, but it's actually Knights for the, I guess, Vegas Knights or whatever. I don't know. Oh man, this airplane just looks so good. Vegas Golden Knights hockey team. There you go. Golden Knights hockey. Yeah, you call up and say Nits, they get really pissed. So don't do that. F-15 has a barn door on the back. Yeah, F-15 has that too. F-18 has that too. Basically just a freaking slab of sheet metal that comes from it. No, it's not sheet metal. I'm sure it's composite, but exactly, Aaron. Exactly. It looks like Nits. It definitely looks like Nits. Next time, PSA livery, Key 6. So I definitely want to get the PSA livery going on this as well. So what I love about this airplane is you got the 100, you got the 200, you got a combi, I believe a 200 combi and a 300 combi, and you have the 300, and you also have a military variant, like a straight up military variant, which is just awesome. I know we all love the MD-80. I know everyone's loving the Leonardo Mad Dog right now, and I'm gonna fly it more. In fact, I'm probably gonna be doing some testing in it tonight, because ironically, the Leo Mad Dog actually was really hard on my 1070. For some reason, in MSFS, even with my last settings, where everything else ran pretty good, when I got in the Mad Dog, my frames were pretty bad, pretty poor for sure. So we'll see. I'll probably do some testing in that, but I mean, everyone wants to see it apparently. Let me turn. I'm just going to turn the interior cabin off. I mean, we all know it has when it's cool, because all my views are bound like that, and I think that looks better. I mean, look at that. Holy shit! Look at that. Maximilian, exactly. They really did go all out. Let's fly the Retro Alaskan tomorrow out of Anchorage. Wasn't Camp Canada doing some Anchorage stuff? Manual, I don't know if there's any carriers still operating these. I've seen the, so there's an Avro RJ that's just a twin engine, which I've seen that flying around. In fact, they fly it in a Telluride. But I don't believe there's any, at least in the U.S. anyway, there's no commercial airlines flying these in the U.S. P.O. Box would make a great call sign for a cargo airline. Jeez. Need a Bourbon Freighter 146 freighter livery with a boxes don't bitch slogan. Blueberry, yes, we do need that. I kind of want to fly maybe like an old Canada route or something. I don't know. I mean, that looks so good. We'll dial it. We'll do a complete sunset departure too out of Vegas. Fly Tampa Vegas, by the way. It might be a Dojet. You're right. You're right. It is a Dojet. That's my bad. It's a Dojet. Air Canada Jazz used to operate as well. I think there is a Jazz livery. Maybe there's a Jazz livery. I'd have to look in the livery section. How are we looking? Once we get to Meissen, about another 10 miles or so, we really need to start paying attention. How's our speed, by the way? Anybody check our speed? Our speed is good. 81%. I'm liking it. We don't need to be hauling right now. I was hoping we'd get a sunset on this flight. I'm going to speed up so we get a little bit of a sunset here. Because, this is a testing flight. This isn't really... Let's lower the sun on the horizon a little bit. Oh, yeah. Maybe that's a little too much. I want to be landing. We'll do 721. There we go. We'll do 721. And that way it'll be nice and low as we approach down. Simple takeoff. Thank you. I mean... Look at that. I'm going to try to zoom in on it. It definitely is, with the settings that I've now tweaked up, it's way more crisp. Definitely way more crisp on the textures. Ripper253, thank you for the continued support, man. 7 months. He says, what do you think we got to bribe to get a good A220? Man, or who do you think? I have no idea, dude. I don't know. I would like to see a 220, though. I really would. Ooh, 146 firefighting add-on missions. That would be interesting, Blueberry, indeed. Juneau to Whitehorse. We could fly the 146 in Alaska tomorrow. I'm going to put up a poll. All right. Let me see. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Do you think that 4K with slightly lower settings or 1440 with ultra settings would look better? That's I don't know. I don't know. All right, I think we do need to start thinking about descending though. So Teddy, let's go ahead and get the music out of here. Go ahead and pause that. Let's go ahead and bump you up just a little bit here on the sounds. All right, so let's go home page, charts. We passed Teddy. We're below 240. We're already at 21, so we're looking pretty good. We're going to transition out this direction, though. So the bottom altitude, if we kind of want to do our own descend via, then we don't have any ATC, so we're going to kind of do our own thing. I want to land 2.6 because I want to go downwind of the city. Or we could do the visual 1.9. Let's see. But either way, it looks like 8,000 feet is the bottom. So I'm going to dial up 8,000 feet here. Is the autopilot on this bird pretty complex? It's not really complex. It's, you want to understand how it works though. So you really have to understand the modes and latching and what the sync button does. But once you understand that, how that works, it really isn't all that complex. It really is not. You know, vertical speed, IS, and pitch are basically the three ways you're going to be changing altitude with the autopilot. But I do really want to land 26 left. I guess we can pull up, let's see what the weather is actually doing. Let's go back to the index, data link, weather, request of Vegas. And we are landing in Fly Tampa. Fly Tampa, Vegas. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. METAR, 24 degrees, 10 miles clear. 320 at 5 knots. 320 at 5. So they would probably be landing, well, 320 is not that, at 5 is not all that much. We could pretty much do whatever we want. We could land on ones. We could do 19 and come down parallel to the strip. Why don't we do that? We'll land with a 5-knot tailwind, but just for cinematic purposes, it's a cinematic purpose only stream, really. We are going to come down the arrival, and instead of going downwind to Vegas, I'm actually going to do a visual downwind to 19er right. How does that sound? So let's pull up the approach. Is there, I don't know. RNAV 19er right, oh, 19er left is what we got. Well, we're just going to be visual. We're not even going to put it in the box. We're going to fly this old school. I'm going to keep the star up. We'll keep the star up, but we probably should start descending then if that's what we're going to do. I think 19s will be extra cinematic. So I'm going to do my own thing here. I'm going to dial in 12,000 feet, and I'm going to go into arm that. Okay, and then we are in pitch mode. I'm going to go ahead and hit the sync. That's not the sync button. Where is my sync button working? Oh, there it is. It was working. Okay. We'll go ahead and lower the nose here for about 800 feet per minute. Sync is off. I'm also going to walk that throttle back. We're going to put our TMS into descent mode. And we'll get the seatbelt sign back on. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow, look how close the pole is. Really, 50-50 split. Okay, give me some ideas. If you don't want to see the 146 in Alaska, did any Colombian Airlines fly the 146? Somebody that's got the knowledge, lay it on me here, because I think flying the 146 in Colombia might be frickin' an epic stream. So let's see what we got. Pole is literally neck and neck, 50-50. Now it's 146 in Alaska. If I said it's 146 somewhere challenging, maybe not specifically Alaska, would that sway your vote? I just feel like, look, I have nothing against the 80. I really don't. I think the Mad Dog is cool. I think it's a good airplane. I think the Leonardo group did a really good job. Obviously, there's things I don't like about it, but I'm going to be flying it. I just think, you know, we've got so much, there's a lot of content on it right now that maybe you guys want to see something different. But if you don't, hey, I'm down to fly it. Cessna 414 in Alaska. Tom, I would do that, but I believe Q8 pilot's flying the 414 tomorrow. The Cessna 414 is absolutely awesome. I love the Chancellor, man. I got the, what was it, the beta version, the paid beta version. Absolutely loved it, man. I still love that thing. Ooh, Lugano approach. Ooh. Mr. McFlatface, I agree. Yeah, it's been streamed to death, which is, you know, is to be expected. It's a new module. When the Phoenix drops, everyone's going to be flying the Phoenix, and you can freaking bet I'm going to be flying the Phoenix too. So it's just right now, I really enjoy the 146. I do not have an FS realistic profile for the 146, Captain ACQ. I do not. Sorry, man. 146 to Honduras. Ooh. Interesting. I'm not sure about that, Brandon. Ooh, Calvi Dougal. Calvi would be a hell of an approach. I want a recount on that poll. Fly the Cessna 310R for Milviz. Look, I got to pick that airplane up too. So I flew when the Milviz 310 first released in FSX. I was all over that airplane, man. I used it. I actually would tell my students to train with it. I would mess around. I would do spins, VMC spins. The Milviz 310 in FSX was one of the best airplanes that I ever flew, and I cannot wait to fly it. I think it's released today, right? But there's just so much happening right now. I really want to focus on getting my sim and my GPU, everything set up the way I want, and then I'm going to branch out with buying more airplanes. But 3003 is the METAR down there, so let's go ahead and set 3003. 3003 is set. And we're going to go ahead and increase our rate of descent. I'm going to go sync mode on. We're going to go ahead and pitch for 2,000 feet per minute. Get a little bit of turbulence here coming over the mountains. It's pretty normal. 2,000 feet per minute. We'll go sync mode off. I'm going to bring that power back a little bit more. Dougal, you were already flying the 310 around? Okay, Dougal, I know you're loving the GA stuff and Microsoft Flight Sim too. Have you flown the 414 yet? Is it as good or better than the 414, or do you not know yet? Because I only flew the 414, which I absolutely fell in love with, but I'm itching to get the 310. Mad Dog took the lead by 2%. Steven or Steam, the only reason I don't like the CRJ is it has a default flight model, and it just, I know there's some tweaks you could do, but not really my cup of tea. 4852, it's Brexit all over again. Wow. All right, let's run a descent checklist here, should we? PTU needs to come on. Did I ever shut it off? I did. PTU is on. Pressurization, I did not set RIP. So we'll just go ahead and tick, briefing complete. We already talked about it. Landing data and bugs checked and set. So I realized you guys were telling me in the stream yesterday, I need to hit this page when I'm fully configured, then it will set my speed bugs. So that's what we will do. All right, but we're at a 14.4 for 10,000. Vegas is going to be right over here. I'm going to just go into heading mode. Not quite yet. We'll stay in this mode for now. Oh, Bob, well, look at that though. Under the wing. The 310 is the best GI for the sim to date. Wow. $39.99. The sound of the twin Cessna is awesome. You guys are killing me. Oh, look at these colors. Here we go. This is Microsoft, and it's golden hour right now. Luckily, the passengers have been climbing Everest without oxygen, so no harm. Exactly, John. We got away with one there. Starting to get a little turbulence now. Let them know we're cutting ready to go through 10. I'm going to go ahead and get the spoid brakes out. Help slow us down a little bit. There's 250. Let's go ahead and dial in our next altitude. We'll set 6,000 altitude arm. Sync mode on. Let's continue to come down about 2,000 feet a minute here. Power's at idle. A little bit of spoid brake. We're going to crack those spoid brakes in the back there. Chris Duper, so TMS can stay on for landing, I believe now. I think it can stay on for now. I thought, because it will automatically go into go-around mode. In the X-Plane 11 version, you're supposed to shut it off. I might shut it off anyway, just to be safe. But Sam was a subsidiary of Avianca that flew 146s in Colombia and ceased in 2010. Interesting, Jablino. Might have to look that up. Jeremy, you want to see me fly the Baron? I do love a good Baron. I will fly. You know what I want to be flying is the P-831 from Simcoders. Simcoders P-831 Freight Dog missions. James Monks, thank you, man. He says, thanks for the 146 juicy content. Absolutely, my friend. Wow. This looks stunning. We're almost ready to see a sunset. Bombasso, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, dude. MD-80 in Africa. Oh, Vegas is loading. All right, so this is Fly Tampa Vegas. It's known to be an absolute freaking frame killer. So, in fact, I never purchased it with my 1070 because I didn't want to. All right, I'm going to go heading mode. And we're just going to go ahead and put this into straight up regular nav mode. And for of course, I'm just going to dial in 190 to give myself a reference. American 357, confirm you have Vegas in sight. That's affirmative. American 357, you're cleared visual approach from my 19er left. Alright. Cleared the Viz, 19er left. I'm just going to set 190 there just to give me a rough idea of what the runway heading is. I'm going to go ahead and continue our descent down to 5. What's field elevation? Let's go taxi. I should know that by now. Chris Stuper, what's the field elevation out here? $27.78. So call it 2,100. So 1,500 feet above that would be 3,800 feet. I said 3,800. Arm that. And let's go ahead and come right. Go right over the strip. And we also got to get our lights on too, so extra juice here. Landing lights are coming on. Turn off lights are coming on. Wing lights, logo lights. Seatbelt sign is on. There's Vegas. Wow. John, you got to get the 146. Look, man, I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed with the 146. I will tell you guys that. If you're itching for an airliner in Microsoft, and maybe the MD-80 is not your cup of tea, or maybe you just want both, you will be pleased with the 146. Wow, did you see the shadows go away because we went under the mountain there? We went under the shadow of the mountain? That is too cool. Alright, we're going to go ahead and level here. 1,000 feet to level off. Stratosphere, make the right turn. We're going to hit the stratosphere. Past the stratosphere, enter base past the stratosphere. Clear to land, 19er left. That mountain shadow thing was really cool though, wasn't it? I feel like that floodlight is really bright. Let's go ahead and turn that down. And stow the spoid brake. Jeez. Oh, we definitely need replay mode, don't we? Alright, flight recorder is recording. Let's go ahead and start the right turn.
Speed checked below 205. Select flaps 18. Speed check below 205. Select gear down.
Alright, we'll watch that later. Let's go autopilot off.
Autopilot disconnected.
Flight director's off.
Speed checked below 170. Select flaps 30. Glide slopes alive. 1 dot to go.
Might have overshot this here, that's alright. Set bugs. I see one on our left. 2 whites, 2 reds. Go ahead and shallow out here a little bit. Man, can I cheat? Oh my. American gates are near 26 right. Be a long taxi. We'll do it. Oh, a little low here. Let's go power, power, power. There we go. 2 whites, 2 reds. We got a lot of drag hanging out there. Descended a little early. 1,000 feet stable. Clear to land. Gears down. Flaps config full. TMS set to take off. Oh no. You know what? I'm going to turn TMS off because you're right, Chris Duper. I don't remember what the procedure is. We got our glide slope flags. That's normal because we're not, obviously we're not on a glide slope. A little bit of a tailwind here. About 5 knots. I'm gonna go ahead and start working that speed brake a little early. Ballooned it.
Ground idle. Yellow and green spoilers.
A little bit of
Brake
balloon.
pressure seen.
Man, it's hard to stay on center line though.
80 knots. 60 knots.
We'll take the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lost Wages. Whoa, we gotta make the turn off here. Let's clean it up. Heck yeah. Go ahead and stop recording. Fake airline pilot landing. There's somebody departing off 25. That's sweet. All right, we are clear. Let's go ahead and go into taxi mode. Turn off lights can come off. And strobe come off. And wing lights can come off. And we're almost in the dirt. So we got to go all the way to the American gates over here. That's fine. Let's see what else we can do in the checklist while we taxi all around here. All right. AC pump to auto. What they need is like an auto taxi. Like I just want to give the controls to the FO so we can taxi while I do the checklist. Tick item, landing gear. Oh, that was landing. After landing. Speed brakes in, flaps up, light disrobes taxiing off, TMS is off, weather radar off, and 15 up. Check. Transponder TS required, engine anti-ice off, and continuous ignition off. Cool. Man, this will be a nice departure if we just kind of... What I'll probably do is I'll probably reload the sim. I'll take a quick break. I'm going to reload the sim completely, and then we're going to take off at this whatever time it is here. And we're going to head back to Los Angeles, and we're going to do we're going to get some weather injection on that next one. I am using the MFG crosswinds for the rudder pedal. Super deal. MFG crosswinds, my friend. When you consider the, yeah, exactly, Aaron. Exactly, man. I don't know who that is over there. That's interesting. Livery. So we need to go to Charlie. Chris Duper, you said Charlie 26. I've never even seen the scenery before, though. This is the Flight Tampa Vegas. It looks pretty dang good, I'll tell you that right now. It looks pretty dang good. I think we'll take the next one, right? Oh, no. Yeah, we'll take the next one. Yep, we're going to do a return leg. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reload the sim. So I'm going to take a quick break. I'll put the Be Right Back screen up. I'm going to reload the sim. We'll leave right at sunset, and then we're going to fly. I'm going to do like a weather thing. I don't know, like low vis or something. That way we can actually see some weather, too. Lights, I have not tried it on X-Plane 11 yet. The performance is pretty good, but I definitely need to do some tweaking. You know, I want to do some tweaking. This is kind of just a straight up benchmark for me. Just, you know, I cranked some things up to ultra, a lot of stuff up to ultra, and adjusted some settings, but I want to take the time and actually get everything set exactly how I want. But so far it's been pretty good. I had that one CTD earlier at the gate in Vegas. I'm unsure what that was all about. Hopefully that was just a Sim Update 9 thing. But we'll have to we'll see what happens. I don't know which one 26 is on. We're going to go up this alley here. Well, oh, you were at the D gates? Ah, we ain't going all the way to the D gates, man. Is there an American parked over there right now? There's some spiritual wangs over there. Alright, let's go ahead and kill the taxi lights. We're going to park right next to Alley Giant. Pretty good lineup there. A little bit of juice. Look at that. We'll go ahead and stop right at the last one, right there. Boop. Brakes are set, and since we won't do a full shutdown because I want to actually see the replay. So I think we were like flaps 20 when I started the replay. I'm going to reconfigure, and we're going to go right into replay mode here. Let's go replay for you guys, and replay. Oh my gosh, look at this. Wow. Oh my word. Oh my word. Look at that. Straight out of the Juice playbook, my friends. Are you kidding me? I guess because the time stays live, so it's actually a little bit darker during the replay than it was during the actual landing. I love those flaps. There's something about this airplane with full flaps down, that high wing just looks cool. Oh my goodness, let's enjoy this here. Shout out to Fly Tampa Vegas. A little bit of stutter here, but I think this is just kind of some replay issues maybe. Because I don't recall it's really stuttering. Maybe it's just that view. Guys, that looks so real, I don't even know. If you've never flown into Vegas, you basically just did. That's basically what it looks like. Look, there's somebody on downwind too. Look at that. Are you kidding? Screenshot. Wow. Looks like I'm buying another Flight Tampa Vegas scenery. I just can't. I don't even know where to look. I'm just gonna stay here because why not? There's a speed brake out. Right. Oh, maybe I didn't balloon all that bad. So the rudder, I will say this, the rudder is like super powerful on the ground. There's the yellow and green lift spoilers. Look at that. Like the rudder is almost too, it's like I'm getting a combination of nose wheel and rudder deflection. That's exactly what I think is happening. When I feel like on the ground, I'm getting a combination of rudder and nose wheel. Which the nose wheel really should be inhibited above a certain amount of speed, I believe. Dougal, I'm with you, man. Dougal, we even instilled the Microsoft Flight Simulator Kool-Aid juice emoji because we're all drinking the same juice, my friend. This view has a little stutter for some reason. Maybe not. There's the pyramid. I wish we had reverse thrust, huh? The only thing that would make this better is if this airplane had reverse thrust. Wow. All right. I'm going to throw up the Be Right Back screen. I'm going to reload the sim. I'm going to reload some weather. And then we're going to be right back at it, all right? So give me a couple minutes. I'll put up the Be Right Back screen here. And then we're going to depart Vegas at sunset and fly into LA at night with some weather. So, cool deal. Actually, there's the flaps coming up. Man. Digital Merc, I got you drinking the juice. Alright. Be sure to stick around, guys. I'm going to put this up right now, and I will be back with you in, probably going to need about 5 minutes or so to actually get a full reboot of the sim. So, here comes the turnaround cam. I will see you all momentarily. 26 right departure. Yes, indeed. We'll do a 26 right departure, Scott T. We'll do a 26 right departure. All right, I'll catch you guys in a bit. I welcome you to a stormy summer thunderstorm in Lost Wages, Nevada. Let me do a quick update of the flight info bar real quick here. We're going to flip that around, hit OK, and then I'm going to do this situation like this, and it should populate here. Give it a minute. Hopefully it does. Does it say LA to Vegas? Doesn't look like it. Let me kill it and bring it back. Well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Hopefully it shows it up there. We'll see. But this is a thunderstorm. Look at these rain shafts, guys. Look at this rain shaft coming over the field right now. I mean, this is actually making me nervous. I feel like I need to go outside and check for the weather. We are completely cold and dark, and we're going to fire this sucker up here, ready to go. So into the cockpit we go. We are going to just go straight off of APU power before. So battery 1, we get to know these flows. Battery 1 and 2 are coming on. I'm going to go left inner fuel pump, and we're going to go ahead and start the APU. We'll make sure that the nav light is in high intensity as well. And she's spooling up. Wow. I think the ramp is closed, Chris Duper. I have no idea how this is going to handle when we fly. I just selected thunderstorm out of the default weather scenarios, so we're going to give it a shot. And you guys are coming along for the ride. You guys are coming along for the ride, indeed. Let me turn the volume up a little bit more. I'm at D20 something. I can't remember. I'm on D20 something. APU gen, online. First things we need to do now is get some lighting going on here. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Let's get the panel lit up there. Let's come down here. Let's get some lighting down here. Do a little bit of flood. Some instrument panel lights. We'll come over here, FO side. That looks good over there. And down here. There we go. That is a stormy cockpit for the ages. Let's go ahead and continue with our overhead flow, starting at the top left. Master switches are all coming on. That is in both. We're going to set this to auto, anti-skid on. Those are on. Let's do a pressurization test, and we're going to go on and PTU on. There we go. Cool. Go ahead and kill that for now. I can go back off. That is good. I believe we keep the AC pump on though. Or no, I don't know. I don't know. We'll keep it off. Coming down the overhead here. If that goes into auto, that is all set. Let's go ahead and get the bus ties closed. Arm the standby generator inverters. We'll get the galley power on the line. Coming over here. And up to the top, let's get the flight deck recirc fans going. We can also get the no smoking sign on, emergency exit lights to arm, entry lights on, logo lights on. So now it should be really juicy outside. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh, I would not be departing. Looks like we have a hole. Oh wow, I messed up my click and drag here. We have a hole to depart out to there on the west. Look at that. Man. I love the water reflecting off the pavement. I know, me too. Look, and you can actually see the shadow of the airplane where there's not really any water because the airplane is it's awesome. It's just awesome, man. The volume, the atmospherics in this sim are freaking sweet. So let's go ahead and open up the forward passenger door. They're going to be coming in with the stairs. Unfortunately, for this, we're going to use the stair loading on this one. We'll just do the forward cargo. Our total fuel weight we need is 7. Oh no, hold on, reset. We need 8,400. Oh, that's 85,000. So 085. 8,500 pounds of fuel. We'll set that. Why does that keep coming back on? At 5-1. At 5-1. Okay, that's off. That's good. Let's go back here. Let's pull up our sim brief. A sucker hole, always a good idea. You guys have seen that here before, right? On this channel, we've talked about sucker holes. All right. Oh, that's not what I want. I wanted OFP. Here we go. Las Vegas to LA, radar 2, block, Shatner, Angel 4. Okay, let's load that in here. Let's go flight plan, loss of wages. LAX. And then when we're airborne, I'll probably change the weather to just like stormy. We should probably see what the wind is doing. I did say I wanted to depart 2.6s, but depending on what's happening here, we may not be able to. Right now, Vegas is saying 3003, oh, this is pulling real weather. This is not pulling sim weather, so rip, because this is not clear. So we really have no idea what the wind is doing. So we're going to have to figure that out. That's fine. In that case, we are going to depart 26 right on the radar 2. What was the transition? Black and then Shatner. Black, execute. legs. Actually, you know what? I think we can do it from the, I think it's connected. Departure arrival, LA 25 left. ILS 25 left. Angel 4. Angel 4. Shatner. Execute. Legs page. Let's go ahead and look and take a look here. We're going to go ahead and delete that disco. Thanks for the subscribe, Rafael. Appreciate it, man. Give me a minute here to get this all set up. Okay, so we got our RDAV set up there for 2-6 right. That looks good. Standby up in 15 on the radar since we're here. Since we're using our own weather, we'll stay off of VATSIM. We'll put the transponder in TA 2000. Check our brake temps at 14C. That looks good. Let's power up the VOR nav. Put that into standby on. We can actually go ahead and turn on the yaw dampers. Get rid of that. Let's take a look at the departure procedure here. Seeing Reed it will forever be McCarran. It will forever be McCarran for me. Radar 2. No worries, Dougal. Thanks for stopping by, man. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by the stream, my friend. Always a pleasure to have you on board. Alright, so here's black, which is ATC assigned transition only, which we're going to. Basically top altitude 13,000. That looks good. So I'm going to just set our cruise altitude going over there. Like I said, no ATC, so we're just going to do it 2. I don't know if I want to go much higher than 20. I'll just set 20, 200 for a top altitude. That is set. Right, so that looks good. Let's come back to the overhead. Let's go ahead and go all fuel tank pumps on. Let's go engine anti-ice on for engine start. Ice detection switch is on. Engine air is off. APU air on. Let's run the pack here. Keep it nice and cool. Everything else looks good. All right. I mean, we have a break in the weather. It's stopped raining right now. I think we need to depart while we can. So let's go ahead and get out of here while we can. There's a break in the weather. So let's go ahead and pull chocks, close the cargo door. We're going to need hydraulics to pull the stairs. Can I do it with the AC pump on? Let's see. Yes. That's why that stays on. We're pulling the stairs. I mean, look at that. Look at the reflections on them. I mean, the airplane actually looks wet to me. I don't think it is, but I think it just looks like it got rained on. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Okay, back inside. Let's close the forward passenger door. That is good. We're going to go back to the charts page. Arm doors and cross check. All right. Everything else is ready to go. So packs off, APU air is off, beacon light on, no smoking is on. That is armed. Arm the flight deck lights. They are armed. Seatbelt sign is on. We are pretty much ready for engine start. Engine 4, start master. Start power is ready. Boarding is also completed, so the entry light will come off. And for pushback, we're going to leave the AC pump on so this guy can turn us if he needs to. Let's go ahead and start the pushback. In real life, how often do you land on the 19th? I'm sure it's always been 2-6 left for me. It's hit or miss. I get them sometimes. Definitely get them sometimes. Especially in the summer. Adam, thank you for the continued support, man, for 7 months. He says, psyched to be catching a live stream. Awesome, man. Well, you're catching one hell of a live stream. Check this out. Look at that view right there. Come on. They're actually using 1 right now and 8. Wow. That's definitely more rare than 1.9. Maybe I need to put the brake back on.
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
Oh, come on. Push back. It's because I turned the audio off. There we go. Let's just go ahead and we're just gonna push straight back. I don't know what's up. I turned the audio off, and then you don't know when you have to, when to, like, set the brake and not set the brake. Oh my gosh, we got another rain shaft coming though. Look at that thunderstorm. God, this is actually pretty scary. I would not want to be departing in this. Alright, while we're rolling back, let's go ahead and begin our start sequence. Engine 4 starter operating. And we're turning. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fuel. Steve, thank you, man, for the continued support. Love your new setup. Let's light them up. Steve, let's light them up, my friend. Here we go. Yes, indeed. It is Las Vegas. This is Fly Tampa, Vegas. Click hold. Oh, and the pushback. Why would I click hold and the pushback will start? That is so ass backwards. You click hold and the pre-planned pushback starts? Wow. Look at the reflections on the windows, though. Oh my gosh. Sounds like number 4 is online. Let's go ahead and turn on number 3. Nope. Wrong button. Oh, it's holding, so you click the hold to release the hold. Wow. Why didn't it should say release brakes? And then you click it. And it releases the brake. And then it should go into set brake, and you click set brake. Man, I could design this. Whoever's designing this better push back in. You're on the right path. You just need some translation. Let me help you out. Thank you, Phase 1, though. I'll use that next time, for sure. We're just doing a straight back pushback right now, so it's not too big of a deal. So we got 3 and 4 online. Here comes number 2. Starter operating. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. 2 is coming up. V1 pushback. You download it. See, like this? Yeah, stop pushback. Thank you. Set the brake. Thank you. Cool. Thank you, PV981. Glad you're enjoying the content, man. $30.90 is being straight juice right now, guys. Alright, and last but not least, engine number 1 to start. Starter operating. There goes the tug. Tug, toe in a bar, give him a salute, and we are ready to go. 10%, here it comes, last one. Ooh, I just messed up my trim. Enjoying the 146? I am indeed, Harry. I've had so much fun flying around such a great aircraft. Harry, I couldn't agree more, man. I think this airplane flew under the radar with the Leonardo release. But I loved it in X-Plane 11, and I am absolutely loving it in Microsoft Flight Sim. It's a niche little airplane to fly, and it just, what it does extremely well, you know? Alright, we got our APUs on. Alright, so we're going to go starter to the off position. That goes off. We're going to go ahead and select Gen 1, Gen 4. Engine anti-ice is coming off. Heaters are coming on. The packs 1 and 2 can come on. APU air will come on. That will take care of that. Engine air remains off for departure. Let's go ahead and actually set our cruise altitude this time. Flight level 210 is set. Now I don't know what the actual altimeter is, but we can do it the old school way. So field elevation that we said is 2,100 feet. So I'm just going to set my baro to show 2,100 or 2080, whatever. So it should be about 2,976 is about what it should be. Now the real question is, can I set that? Oh, I don't know what that is in millibars though. Because I can only set this in millibars. Pool for baro set. Well, is this 3029? No. I don't know how to set that in millibars. That's to do a conversion. Oh, it's 1008. There we go. Duh. So if I pull this out, can I pull it? Oh my gosh, I can pull and scroll. So that's 1008. So it was pretty much right. It's basically right there. That is set. Cool. All right, up to the overhead here. Make sure everything is on. Those are on indeed. Hydraulics, all on. That stays on. PTU comes on. Engine 3 pump is on. And we should get a low pressure light go out. There it goes. Beautiful. I'll check my generator 1. Generator 4, we're in the green. Everything else looks good. I'm going to turn down the floodlight down here, though. Alright, floodlight's coming down. Flight director's on. Go around selected. Altitude arm. And we can just arm LNAV. We can't arm LNAV on the ground. So we're going to spin our heading bug around to 260. Adam Hammond, thank you, dude, for the 10 Aussie donation. Really appreciate that. Very, very much. Thank you so much for that dono, sir. He says, man, I've been flying the 146 X-plane. I didn't know how to enable pitch mode until I saw you do it yesterday on stream. You and Fabio need to start a podcast. Hey, I would love to, man. Fabio is the guy who does the 146, right? Does he do the 146? But awesome, man. Thank you so much for that support. Yes, the pitch mode thing, I couldn't find it. It's the sync mode is in the manual, but this little button I could not find anywhere to get us into go around mode. All right, after start checklist is complete. Let me go. Stick cam is on. We're going to do a flaps 18 departure, so just the 1 notch of flaps today. Captain Sully was typing the 146, and this was his first regional jet he was typing. That's awesome. Fun fact, man. Did not know that, Jeremy. Chris, you're a 146 pilot? Dude, I could have used your help a long time ago, man. I've been wondering a couple things here, but I think we got her pretty much sorted now. I'm sure I'm going to do stuff wrong, though. We do need to set the TMS for takeoff. Sorry for all the camera changing. We'll power that on. And I think it's 15 degrees by default now in the sim, so 93.7 is our limit, and our bugs are now set. We're looking for 93.7 with a flaps 18 takeoff. 134 plus 20 will be our 154 clean speed, or V2 plus 20. Let's get out of here. We're going to taxi to 26 right. Brakes off. Taxi light on. Let's go. Go around mode. You press twice. First press disconnects the autopilot. Second gives you go around the flight director. Okay, so now this is a question. Do you know what the binding is in Microsoft Flight Sim? Because enable go around mode and all that does not work. The only way I got this to actually arm go around mode was to... Wait a second. You said second? So there's autopilot disconnect. Oh yeah, see, but I can't. It may be a sim limitation, so I cannot get this to go into go-around mode unless I do that. I'll rearm our altitude here. Rearm altitude, and heading is on as well. Definitely a bit of frame drop at Fly Tampa Vegas when we're looking that way. One press on the throttle sets the TMS arrows to N1 ref. One press on the, on the throttle. Okay, yeah, so a little disconnect on the side there. Mr. K Beats, I tried the key binding to go around. It didn't seem to work. I'll play with it on a missed approach sometime. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it, man. What the hell is this? Oh, I thought this was like a pixel on my screen. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a cart. Wow. All right. Interesting. Wow. That is a stunning view. Are you kidding me? Wow. What's up, Wilfredo? Welcome, man. Welcome. Phase 1 is definitely a bit heavy on the frames. Indeed. I actually never, this is my first time here. I didn't pick it up with my 1070 because I heard so many things about it being really hard on frames. Looked like something out of Star Wars. I think it was a forklift. I really do. I rebinded mine to get to work, but I use a HOTAS 4. Works on certain aircraft as well. Safe flight. Thank you, Mr. K Beats. I'm definitely gonna do some more playing around with it because it worked in X-Plane just fine. So I got to figure that out. That would definitely be a help. Tony, exactly. He's gonna go save that Baron guy. Man, the clouds. The clouds give me anxiety because I think I'm actually going to take off into them. It's crazy. Maybe we should divert instead of going into LA. Where's somewhere that we can divert that gets socked in pretty good? I guess LA has all the approaches we need. They got a Cat 3 though, so we can only do Cat 2. Just trying to think if there's anywhere we should fly into diversion. The taxi is a bit twitchy if you move your rudder pedals. So this is one thing I don't know if Just Flight can figure out. Maybe you guys know. So on the ground, my rudder pedals automatically move the tiller. I want to separate them because I have a separate tiller bound. So see, my Cat 3 design tiller works just fine without moving the rudder pedals. So if I keep my feet off the rudder pedals, I don't get any conflicting inputs, and it's much easier to taxi. But I don't know how to get the rudders to stop doing that, moving the nose wheel at the same time. SNA. Ooh, John Wayne. That would be it. Ooh, we could go to John Wayne. I'll have to look at that. Wouldn't San Diego be the right divert? If probably not San Diego because it's a single runway op and they don't have an ILS unless they were landing the other direction. So let's go ahead and hold here. We'll do our before takeoff checklist. I was just trying to see a different scenery because we know LA was a bit heavy on frames just in general. SNA might be fun. SNA might be pretty fun. I have to look at the distance. I think my actual alternate is Ontario that I filed. But, all right, so in preparation for takeoff, we'll go continuous ignition, A, B. I'm going to keep the lights off right now, actually. So that's A and B. Everything else is good up there, I think. Let's go ahead and run it. Before takeoff checklist, checked yellow and tick. Flaps set and check. Flight instruments check. Flight director's on as required. Trim set and check. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna come back here. Let me go ahead and set trim for takeoff. That is set.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
A and B is set. Cabin is secure. Weather radar as required. Landing lights, we'll turn those all on. TMS takeoff. Flight control screen correct. MWS check. I don't think I ever put that back. I didn't. There we go. MWS is set. Cabin is secure. Cool. Are you guys ready? Hawks. Absolutely worth the... Take a look at this, Hawks. And I'm running your tree mod, by the way, Mr. Hawks. I'm loving it. Thank you so much, dude. But, yeah, this is going to be a fun departure. I have no idea how the airplane's going to handle in a default turbulent scenario like this. Only one way to find out. Alright, landing, that's on, and here we go. Wing lights, and we're strobing. Let's go. I would love to be able to buy in this parking brake. Don't know if that's possible. I love the sounds of this airplane, though. Come on. The sounds alone make it... you guys are getting mad at me. I say make it more fun than the MD-80. I can't help it. I love sounds. Now, I know the 80 is really quiet in real life, though. Up front, anyway. Although, good luck if you're sitting in the back. Weather radar would just be all red. Yeah, weather radar doesn't work, I don't believe. I mean, we could try it. I haven't even tried it. I'll line up, I'll turn it on. I don't believe it works. Let me take a look. Let's go weather on 50 miles. Yeah, we definitely should be painting something. I wish I could turn terrain on. That would be helpful. All right, are you guys ready to go? Oh my word, look at this. We're gonna spool them up 50. I'm gonna need togas in chat. Here we go.
TMS set to takeoff.
And all the way to 93%. Man, I forget how far the travel is on the Bravo.
Power set, N1 achieved.
Power set, N1 achieved. Here we go. Brakes released, baby. Oh, yeah. Alright, stay on the center line now.
Speed alive, both sides. 80 knots, cross-checked. V1. Rotate. V2.
Golly, look at that. Whoa. Alright, let's pay attention up front there because lower the nose a little bit. There we go, right on the command bars. I want to actually get LNAV. Almost at acceleration, not quite. Look at that, look at that. Come on, guys, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's a Legion Stadium. It's funny, they got a Legion built, but not the Ram Stadium. Oh my. 7 degrees for the actual segment. Okay, coming down. Sync mode is on. 7 degrees pitch. There we go. So I missed the safe flight speed. Turn the sounds down a little bit. So sync mode. I'm pretty sure I missed the call up. There it is.
Safe height speed. Select flaps.
Wow. Yep, autopilot is engaged. Flap 0, air clean. And the turn. Come on. I mean, come on. All right, so there's 250 knots. I'm going to go IAS hold. And we actually got to come back to 88%. And I think we can, well, we'll wait till 10,000 and then we'll do our PTU stuff, right?
Subscribers ahead. Look up.
Yeah, autopilot is engaged. We are alt arm, IAS hold, LNAV arm. 210 for gradient, 250 for normal climb. Ah, so I'm going a little bit, that's okay, I'm going a little bit faster then. Okay, so I should have probably, on this departure, probably would have needed to be at 210 for sure. We are indeed at 250. So I made a goof there. I'm just so used to being, you know, these controllers want you at 250. But actually on this departure, I think there might have even been a speed restriction, like 190, so might have screwed that up. Where is the outside air temperature in this sector? Let's go ahead and turn the ice protection on, just in case. Gotta find the outside air temperature gauge. There's 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and kill the landing lights. Kill the exit lights. We'll go ahead and turn the wing lights off, the logo off. I'm gonna go ahead and turn AC pump to auto, PTU off. I don't think I missed anything. Oh, I gotta shut the APU off. APU, oh, here we go. Engine air on. Well, here's a question. Do I run engine air and anti-ice? Can I do it? So, like, if I shut the APU off, wow, I probably should do that. APU air off. Surely the engine air can power anti-ice, right? I'm gonna turn down this lighting here. Look bright as it. It's so cool. We entered the clouds and it was too bright. Holding 88%. We had a ding. What dinged at us? Something dinged at us over here. We are in the thick of it, guys. We are in the thick of it. Yes, APU will not do anti-ice for me. Okay, cool. We're 12-1. We're still at 250. We're 87. Ice detected. Is there anything else I need to turn on? Let's go ahead and turn on the inner wing, the tail anti-ice. Let's turn it all on. It's all on now. Ice detected. Makes me nervous. I'm getting nervous. I've seen the icing model in MSFS. Alright, so let me just verify engine air is on. It is on. We'll turn down these lights a little bit. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We're breaking out. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. She's climbing like a bat out of molasses. 1,000 feet per minute, holding 250 knots. Look at those views, huh? Ice will start with the tail and then wing anti-ice, not the inner wing just yet. So start with the tail and then wing, not the inner just yet. Okay, so inner come off, tail is on, and outer is on. Okay, I guess, so I see what you're saying. So you're probably trying to minimize the demand, right? You're trying to get the most critical surfaces first. Wow. I mean, even if we ice up and crash right here, it's worth it for these views. Just straight up worth it for in and out of the cloud. I mean, this is the first sim in my life where I feel like I'm actually flying in and out of clouds. Steve, it's exactly hard. It's hard to get back to 11. The inner wing goes on for 2 minutes before turning all the anti-ice off. Okay. Wow, I gotta remember all this stuff. I love it though. I love this airplane. Chris, I appreciate your help. I obviously know nothing about it, but man, I think it would be so cool to be able to fly one of these things. Is this real life? Exactly. So theoretically, I don't think we need it anymore, but because of Azobo's icing model, we're just going to keep it on. 15.6, so almost a transition. I guess I can hide the iPad. Turn it down a little bit. Is it true that you should disconnect the autopilot when flying through turbulence? No. Well, I don't know if that's a thing on this airplane, but only in severe turbulence did you turn the autopilot off, at least in the Airbus. Chris, you're still flying one? That's awesome, man. When it all goes off, run it right to left. Okay, so I'll start from the far right and go left. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for the info, man. I'll have to rewatch this stream so I can see what you said. I want to keep it down. I want to get to the point. So here's the thing, and for everybody watching too. Oh my God, just look at this view. So I think in sims in general, you know, we get the most enjoyment. This is how I am anyway. You get the most enjoyment out of your sim the more you know about the airplane that you're flying. You know, yeah, you can get in, you can turn the engines on, you can take off and land. That's cool. But the more you learn the little intricate things about the airplane is the more, I feel like you get more enjoyment out of it, especially after you've completed a flight successfully. So, and this is one of those airplanes where I really want to learn more about. I really want to learn procedures. And I know, of course, you know, airline to airline, you can have a different SOP and things could be different. But in general, you know, just learning things about like the engine anti-ice, like Chris was saying, or 210 knots for a gradient climb out. So that's little things like that as I really enjoy learning, because then it just makes it that much more enjoyable when you complete a flight. Jeremy, that will depend on weight, and it will depend on which airframe you're actually in. So we would actually look it up by tail number. If you're entering severe turbulence, you look up your tail number, and then you would select a chart. And basically, it's pretty much going to be between 7.8 and 7.6 for the most part, Jeremy, for turbulent penetration speed. But that will depend on your gross weight, and it will depend on the altitude that you're at. There is a turbulent mode on the autopilot. It flies pitch and roll in turbulence. Okay, so that's what this is for right here. So in that turbulence, I could have just selected turb, and it would just do pitch and roll. Okay. Let's go ahead and set standard. We're at 18,000. We're going to set 2992, and they are synced to work together. So 2992 is set. Out of 18.8, we're climbing to 200, and our altitude is still armed. Cool. Oh, wow. Look at that. Huh. Cool. Bomb Tech, we're just climbing out at 250 right now. I mean, that looks really scary. I'm going to pull a real pilot maneuver here. I'm going to say we need left deviation for weather, and we need it right now. So I don't want to fly through that. I'm going to go select heading mode. And I need left deviation for weather. American 357, no, roger. Left deviation approved. Report direct Gleason. So we're leveling 200. We're going to keep the seatbelt sign on. We can start working that power back a little bit. I think about 81% was pretty good. Yeah, we're not gonna fly. We're not gonna fly through this. Are you kidding me? Look at that. I need. Okay, I know we don't have a ton of viewers tonight. I appreciate everyone that is here, but if you're a member in chat, I need every single member right now to give me some spam Kool-Aid Microsoft Flight Simulator emojis, because I am 1,000% on the Kool-Aid of Microsoft Flight Simulator right now. I mean, look at this. Let me see those Kool-Aid emojis. My word. You can set a good cruise on the fuel flow, 500 kilograms per hour per engine. Okay, Chris, that was going to be my next question, is how do you typically get your cruise power setting? I don't know if this is a Microsoft thing, but when I use the sync mode, it tends to keep wanting to keep creeping up, and I tend to get some overspeeds. So I heard of, I tried doing some TGT holds on the TMS, but I never even thought about fuel. So you said 500 kilograms per hour. I'm using pounds though. So this is what's interesting. I'm using pounds, but it still says kg, but maybe that is kg, because that can't be 160 pounds, right? So we're pretty much at 500. I'm going to come back just a little bit more, because I don't want to overspeed, because we are in turbulence. So probably going to have, you know, some I don't know what the turbulent penetration speed is, but let's just look at this. We'll go ahead and start working our way back to the right. We are in heading mode.
Look up.
Microsoft bourbon sipping real good. Exactly, Shaq. I'd like to go through this hole, but I think we missed it. We're going to continue left, and then we'll just go direct when we can figure it out. Have I turned ray tracing on for extra juice in the config file? Jungly, I have not. I literally just got the card plugged in and booted up the sim. There is an N1 sync, which is like setting RPM. TGT 800 is normal for climb. Okay. So I am using, right now I'm using, Control N1. Is this like an N1 sync right here? I'm curious. I mean, you probably will respond before I figure this out, but I'm just curious. If I set these to 81, I'm just experimenting here. 81, and then I hit Control N1. Oh, I think I have to do it over here. Oh, that's N1 versus N2 control. Okay. What does Master 1 do? Oh, it's either 1 or 2 that it runs from? Awesome, Jungly. Appreciate it, man. All right, there's a hole in the weather. We're going to come to the right. We're going to go right through here. This looks so scary. I'm literally getting anxiety. N1 sync, master engine 2. Aha! Okay. I'm learning, Chris. I love it. Look at the way these thunderheads kind of like blowing the anvil. You can kind of see the anvil top starting to form. But these are some serious thunderheads right here. I hope, a good thing we brought some extra gas. So if I like this N1 at like 81, I guess I could do a TGT hold, right? So I'm doing 655. So then could I theoretically do like a could I do 655 here and then go TGT hold? And then I should hold 655 on the TGT. Oh, let's come a little bit more to the left. Master changes the master engines, the other slave to that. Got it. Thank you. GD, I think it is, honestly, because it's in Microsoft, man. The X-Plane one is really good, don't get me wrong. And actually, GD, before I continue on the statement, the bindings in Microsoft are not as good as X-Plane. It was much easier to bind, like the lift spoiler and everything in X-Plane 11. But as far as being able to, the flying aspect, I'm really enjoying it in Microsoft. But it is no less, if that's what you're asking. You will not get anything less than you had in X-Plane 11, that's for sure. You could try TGT Sync, try 700, but there's a gotcha with doing that in cruise. Uh-oh, what's the gotcha? I don't need any gotchas. I don't even know where we got to figure out where we're going. Let's try direct to Angel. Where's that going to give us? I'm gonna kind of heading mode us direct to Angel. Definitely, Micah. Definitely way better. What is this Xbox bar? 25 pilot program. No, get out of here. I don't need none of that crap. That's what causes crashes. This is sketch, though. At least it's still daytime now, or else we would be really scary. If you forget to reset it to 800, then try to climb. N1 sync is better. Okay, so if you set 700, and then you forgot to reset it, I see where you're going. So if you went to go into a climb mode, then you wouldn't have the power, right? Because it's going to keep your temps down. Is that where we're going with this? So I actually got to pull up my chart here. I guess we'll stick with the Angel 4. Let's go back to charts. Let's clear this out. LAX, search, Angel 4 RNAV, and we're trying to get to Angel on our own nav, so that looks good. We're going to do left and right deviations as necessary. We're going to come back to the right here. Yeah, it goes kind of quiet. Okay, Chris. Thank you, dude. So you see what he's saying, guys, is if you do this TGT hold like we're doing and then you try to go climb, well, what's going to happen is the TMS is going to try to keep your temps down so that it's actually going to bring the power. I don't know if it will actually bring it back, or if anything, you're not going to get the juice that you want. And it could cause you to be in a bad situation. Very interesting. All these things that like you would have no idea to even think about unless you flew the airplane. I absolutely love it. I wish we were a little bit higher. I'm actually kind of nervous that I kind of want to slow down at 300 knots. Is there a turbulent penetration speed? We're going to keep the seatbelt sign on. Well, this one didn't seem all that, that wasn't too convective. That was just a regular, some cloud there. I don't know why my bar at the top never updated. Sorry about that. It's got the progress. It doesn't have the departure and arrivals. All right, we're pretty much we're good chugging along here. Let's redirect it one more time. Redirect to Angel, execute, and let's throw it into LNAV and see what she does here. we're just breaking through. This one looks kind of nasty. I want to slow down a little bit here. I'm going to go back to sync, and we're going to bring the power back a little bit. If we're getting, I'm uncomfortable with our distance to red line. Yeah, 220 knots for rough air. We're doing 300. That's no bueno. Let's go ahead and bring that power back. Hello from France. 11:42 p.m. The cousin of my mother was Stuart. Was often in Las Vegas with Lufthansa. Well, thank you for joining the stream. Welcome aboard, man. That's awesome. Going to Vegas with Lufthansa. Absolutely. TGT is still connected. Oh, it is still connected. So, what do I go? Sync mode. Okay. All right, I can see we're getting in trouble with that. TGT is disconnected now. I'm back into sync mode, and I'm coming back to about 68% for turbulent penetration. We got to turn down this light here. 47 miles from Angel. Let's come back a little more. Push N1 3 times. So now it's 66.8 because it's going off of this one. So when I press that, that will set it to this one here, engine 1 sync. Dude, that's the key. That is the key. This is default weather, correct, Shaq? This is 100% default weather. All I did was plug in a thunderstorm because it's clearing a million right now in real world weather. So I wanted to put the 3090 to the test with some weather. You had a storm today in France too? So good. Hope it wasn't all that bad. I got a big one getting ready to come through Texas too. The 3 times push takes you out of TGT and into N1 sync. See? I'm basically type rated on the 146 now. You guys feel safe? Although we are pretty much in a thunderstorm cloud right now. 39 miles from Angel. Approaching Angel, we're going to be below it, I believe. Yeah, it's between 24 and 19. What we need to actually do is kind of start setting up for the approach. We're just going to leave it. We're going to set up for the approach ILS 26 left. I'm sorry, 25 left. Cat 2. All right, 109.9, 251 is the approach course. All right, so we're back to turbulent penetration speed now. That's good. About 68 is holding it. What did I say? 109. Oh, it's already tuned in, I think. 109.9 and 251 is the final approach course. Bartender flew my glass. Hey, we haven't even got to the airport yet. This is going to be an interesting approach. Because we're only Cat 2 capable, right? I think that's because we don't have auto thrust. So, 251. And you know what? I'm even going to back it up on the FO side. Because why not? Team Vodka, I know. It's unreal. All right, 251 is set. The DA is 200, I believe, right? I'm gonna make this big this way. Zoom in on it. Refer to minimums. So, Cat 2 ILS, RVR 1200, DA is 204. Decision height is 100 feet. So our decision height will be 100. Set. 220 on the speed, giving us a little juice. There's something on the wing. Don't freak me out. We are in the thick of it now. That was so cool earlier, though. If you're just tuning in, I mean, we were deviating around weather for quite some time there. A little bit more juice here. I'm going to land on two. We're doing the Cat 2 Team Vodka, the 2-5 left Cat 2 approach into LA. All right, here's a little break on the weather. Trust me, when you're flying around in the clouds like this and you pop out on one side, it's such a relief. Oh man, doesn't that look good? Such a relief coming out of the clouds like that. This might be one of my most fun streams I've done. This leg right here. This seriously might be one of the most fun streams. I don't know. I'm having a ton of fun. I'm having a ton of fun. Like I said, learning these little things about the airplane make it so much more enjoyable. All right, so we got 109.9. I guess on this guy's side, I should put 109.9 up too, right? Since we don't really need any cross radial identification. So 109.9, and his course is set to 251 as well, just in case we need it. I'm going to do a slight heading turn around this. We're going to go heading mode. We're going to deviate left around this cloud here. Okay, Cat 2, you need to be fully configured by the final approach fix. Got it. Fully configured at the FAF. Now, is there any type of flap configuration I should be worried about with any possible wind shear or anything like that? 500 feet air brake out. Disconnect the autopilot at 50 feet inland. Okay, this is going to be sketch. All right, 500 feet, air brake out, disconnect autopilot at 50 inland. Okay, so that's, I remember that. 50 feet was our decision height in the Embraer when we did Cat 2s. All right, so they were pretty much back on course. It's you're cleared direct angel again, execute, LNAV. We're not getting bumped around too much, so I'm going to go ahead and get the speed back up here. Bring it up to about 78. And everyone needs to use the lav, so real quick we'll get the seatbelt side off. Cat 2 is flap 33 only. Okay. 33 only for Cat 2. What's the chance AA had a spare diaper on board? Flying through this flight has been filled. You're going to just have to hang on, Shaq. You're going to have to hang on to it, man. Oh, I still have the pole up there. Gotta get rid of that pole. How does the cabin look in the aircraft? No, I don't lose all that much performance. I'll show you right now. Let's hop in. The only reason I have the cabin off, why are we slowing down? I feel like, I hope we're not icing up. The only reason I have the cabin off is because I need to rebind all my views to have cabin on. When I bound them with the cabin off. So here, I'll give you, we'll pull away from the window here. So honestly, the cabin is not all that bad. Like it's really not bad at all. You know, we can walk around here. But I just didn't have my views bound to cabin off. There you go. But yeah, the cabin's pretty nice. All right, 8 miles from Angel. I'm going to turn it off, though, just for the... I don't even on my 1070, I'll be honest with you, even on my 1070, I didn't notice much of a performance hit with the cabin on or off. So, back to charts. Star, Angel 4, We need to be boil at 14,000, so let's go ahead and dial at 14,000. Wow, I think we just had a lightning strike. 14,000. We're going to arm that. And I'm going to go sync mode. We're going to come on down. I'll work that power back too. 2,000 feet a minute. Pitch mode. Altitude arm. We're still in LNAV. We're coming down, approaching Angel intersection. And that was short-lived, but let's go ahead and get the seatbelt sign back on. Shack Oatmeal with the $5 dono. Thank you so much, sir. He says, only Bourbon Air can we have a circa 2009 charts on deadly approaches and flying with full diapers. Hey, that's what we do here, man. That is what we do here. 2009 charts and full diaper flying. Pour yourself another bourbon while you're at it, my friend. Thanks for your support, dude. Much appreciated. So this is an interesting thing that you brought up. Okay, so max crosswind 15, max 10 on the tail. The air brake gives a slight pitch up. We usually take it at 100 feet, but the Cat 2 needs to be fully stabilized. Very interesting. So 50 feet autopilot comes off, 500 feet air brake comes out. So I expect you got to really be getting some power in there, right? Let's look at the current METAR. Oh, pressure is 2,902. So we're going to keep it 2,902. We'll get a little fast. Easy, Tiger. Is the A321 totals worth its price? Absolutely, Jonathan. Absolutely. If you want a good Airbus to fly around, I think it's definitely worth the money. Now, it's interesting when you think of, X-Plane 12 coming. Do you want to wait for that? But I definitely do think it's worth the money. ILS 25F. We're just going to keep this chart out now. And if we can get to what do we have here? Royal Circus Honda. I could just get us going straight to Honda, which is the intermediate fix at 3,600. We're going to keep coming down. We're going to dial in 10,000 now. We'll on that. And a little bit of air brake because we are getting fast. I'm going to pull out a descent checklist here, see what this has for us. PTU pressurization briefing. All right. So PTU on. Pressurization is set. Should be depressurizing. Almost a boil. We're looking good. It has been smooth since the crash. Knock on wood. So yeah, we're testing it now. We're going into Vegas into LA at dusk night with a thunderstorm. So, but it has been holding strong since the crash. We need around 60% N1 on the glide path. Landing weight is going to be 3,800 kilos, I think. Or is that in pounds? Gross weight is 8,200 pounds. 82,000 pounds. And if you need that in kilos, it's 37.4 kilos. So 37 tons. Yeah, ice is indeed detected. We got our ice on. We're looking good though. We're looking good. 250 as we come through. Landing mass limit is 36 tons. Oh boy. So we're at max weight. I didn't. 37 card is okay. Time to hold. Why are we so heavy? Is it the fuel? We did bring a lot of extra gas because we had an alternate. All right, let's go back to our charts. Tarek is at 9. We're going to keep coming down. 9,000. We're at 250. Lights are coming on here. Wing lights and logo lights on. Wow, look at that. Got the speed brake crack there. I love it. All right, there's 10 at 250. We're looking good. Where are we headed to right now? We are almost to Honda, so we're going to head of the game. I didn't load any of the transitions. Honda is at 3,600. Jettison the bourbon barrels. What's middle mean? Airway. I think we can pick up the Loke from here. I'm gonna go heading mode. We still can't pick up the Loke. It is 109.9, correct? 109.9. We'll go back to LMAF. 109.9. We'll send down to 5,000. Air Canada was on hold for 2 hours in Madrid. Wow. It's a long time to be holding. I held not too long ago. I posted it on the Discord. We were holding for an hour. I think we held for an hour 45. Hour 30. That's a long hold. One of my longest holds. If you're more than 25, okay. I am more than 25. Yeah, that's what I did. I flipped the heading, but we're outside of 25 miles, I guess, so that's a Microsoft limitation. Because we're 22 from Honda, and Honda is 13 from the Loke. So, and if we can only be within 25, we need to be about 35. About another 10 miles, we should be able to flip over and pick it up. My goodness, though, look at this. This is something right here. This scene right here, guys. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this coming into Dallas. We get these huge line of weather. We call them dry lines. Huge lines of weather that come through pretty much from Dallas, or sometimes even Houston, all over to Chicago. It comes across the country, and this huge frontal boundary out here. And a lot of times you're trying to beat it in, because if you don't beat it in, you're not going to be landing for a while. But that is just really cool to see. Look at that. We're finally breaking out. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? God, I gotta flip the axes around on this stupid controller. Look at that. We came out of that thunderhead. Alright, I'm just gonna stick to the mouse drag because That D-pad thing's kind of hard to move around. Yeah, weather, Brandon. So a lot like what you're seeing here. There was a huge line of weather, although it was in Florida this time. So we were holding out over the Atlantic. Actually, we moved our hold, I think, 2 times. We were holding over an inland fix, and then the weather was getting bad there, so they put us out further east. We were holding out over the Atlantic, and then we were able to dip into Orlando eventually. But yeah, just weather. It was a weather hold. Oh, we're speeding at below 10. Let's go ahead and just get that air brake out a little bit. Yeah, we're going to keep coming down 3,400 at 3,600, I believe. 36 is armed. Yeah, Honda's 36, correct. I'm going to try it now. I'm going to go heading mode. All right, we don't have the loc yet. Still don't have anything. So back to RNAV, back to LNAV. And we are, DME is on. Yeah, I came in right between 2 squall lines, definitely. Chris, if you're still here, my last question, well, not last, but the TMS on approach, do you leave it on or do you shut the TMS off? Man. Select a V loc on the GNSX panel. Let me go back into nav. I don't think we can pick it up yet. Oh, there it is. I think we just got it.
Localizer armed. Localizer captured.
We captured the loc coming down 3,600. Leave it in N1 sync. Okay, we'll leave it in N1 sync just to verify. It is. All right, cool. Localizer's coming alive. We do have a loc arm. Now we could arm the glide slope too, right?
Glide slope armed.
Glide slope armed. Do need to start slowing up though. Time to slow up. Oh, let me get flight recorder out. Replay. Replay is ready to go. I'm concerned we don't have any glide slope yet. Speed 210. All right, we're doing 210. All right, there's a glide slope. Let's go ahead and start configuring now. About 15 miles out.
Subscriber ahead.
Thanks for the
Look up.
subscribe there. Appreciate it. Flaps 18, speed 160. Got it. This is one thing I need to write down is the speeds because sometimes DFO doesn't call them out. Then I have no idea what my speeds are. I gotta get those speeds down.
Glide slope's alive. 1 dot to go.
1 dot to go. All right, so we are 160, flaps 18. I guess we can lower the gear too, right? A little far out for that.
Glide slope captured.
Glide slope captured,
Stop.
that's good. Oh. I missed this call out because I just wanted to see the juice view. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start recording. That way we don't, let's just fly the airplane. flaps 24. Getting type rated on a live stream. I know, that's what I feel like.
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
I think we can go flaps 30, right? Flaps 30?
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
Flaps 33. I'm going to set bugs. So now it will automatically set bugs for 33. So we're on speed, a little bit slow. We're on slope. Wow. We must be having a pretty good headwind here because ground speed 94 knots. Damn. Well, hey, I'd rather configure too early than too late. Chris is probably like, you didn't need to configure that early. We're on speed, a little bit slow.
$2,500.
Off below 500 feet.
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
Alright, so below 500 feet, man, this is why I need a FO. 500 feet, we're going speed brake out and turning the anti-ice off. VREF plus 5. Okay, VREF plus 5. All the engine ice protection off now. Right to left. Here we go. So engine anti-ice protection is off. Damn, these views though with the thunder, the lightning. All engine airs off except engine number 4. Oh, I think we just got hit by lightning. Okay, engine airs off but 4. Check. And to think Ryanair asked $30K for training when they don't know the power of YouTube. Airframe ice protection as well, okay? So airframe ice protection, oh shit, where was it? I'm drawing, where? Ice protection? Not that, right? Oh, right here. Duh, off. That's off, off. Cool. Packs both off. Okay, they're both off. I accidentally turned them off earlier. Oh, packs both off. Here we go. You guys are getting a full, real BAE 146 approach. All right. 1,000 feet, stable. At 500, we're going full speed brake. And then at 50 feet, we're going to shut it off. So even though we don't need to go all the way down to Cat 2 mins, this is a good practice for us. This is good practice. So we're actually going to fly it like a Cat 2 approach, which I'd rather do it this way anyway than try to land at 50 feet. There is no go-around procedure at Bourbon Airlines, Brandon M. Exactly, Tony. I hope we land on the runway this time. I just want to look around. It looks so damn good. Oh my gosh, look at that freaking squall line back there, guys. Look at that squall line. When the air brake goes out, add a lot of N1. All right. So our rad out's at 780, waiting for 500 feet. I'm not going to disconnect the autopilot until 50 feet, which is very sketch. We're going to try it. First time ever that I've ever done it. We're getting a little fast. Watch the speed. Approaching 500 feet.
500.
There it is. Air brake's out. Adding a bit of N1. We're already a little bit fast. And add a little bit of power. I see speed dropping. Okay. I can feel that pitch up moment there. The autopilot's correcting it.
Plus 100.
I'm definitely scared now.
Light slow.
I have control.
Disconnected.
Got a little low. That might have been something I did. Oh shit. There we go.
50. 40. 30.
Maybe it has something to do with landing at max weight.
10.
I think we put it down right on the freaking numbers.
Yellow and green spoilers.
Man, there was a ton of nose up trim in there. I'm actually having to push the nose down. Wow. Like I'm pushing the nose down.
Brake pressure seen.
Oh, wait.
80 knots.
Oh, I don't think I fully disconnected the autopilot, right? Why is it wanting to pitch up?
60 knots.
I'm gonna have to learn that, what I did wrong there. Let's go ahead and kill the flight directors. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to LA. I don't know. I think we got a little squirrely there. I think I got too slow combined with us being overweight. Maybe it was too much for the airplane. I mean, when I disconnected, though, we had a lot of trim in there. I was basically trimming it down. But we made it. Chris, I can't thank you enough, man, for helping out in chat. Truly enjoyed it. Learned a lot. Let's go ahead and clean her up now. Let's get the flaps up. Look, it's just now starting to get black out here. That line of weather is coming in. We just made it in time. Whew. We're going to go into taxi position here. We'll kill the turn off lights. We'll kill the wing lights as well and the strobes. And go off the taxiway. Bartender, more juice. All right, we can go ahead and... Oh my gosh, guys, I never hit record on the replay. I never hit record. Nah, I'm just kidding with you guys. I hit record. I just stopped the recording. We're going to see that. Literally, though, this is what I was talking about, beating in that line of weather. We saw that weather coming. Look, we're on the ground. Like, that is... And it's pitch black out here. That's not what you want to see. You don't want to see pitch black on the west and light behind you, because that means that there's a lot of situation going on over there. All right, I know I'm supposed to turn on all my lights and all that stuff when I cross the runway, but we're just going to cross the runway right now because I want to watch the replay. Everybody, if you're a member of chat, give Chris a positive rate. Give Chris a positive rate in chat for helping us out this afternoon. Seeing if this old Airbus guy can learn some new tricks. Actually, these are technically old tricks. I think this airplane's a little bit more outdated than the bus. But I don't know. I feel like, I said it before, I think if an Airbus and like an Embraer 120 had a baby, it would have been an RJ or an Avro or BAE, whatever this is, BAE 146. All right, we're clear here. This is just default LAX scenery, I believe, but wow, yeah. So if you have bad frames in LA, don't feel bad, because I have a lot of bad frames here in LA. Even before we had the thunder or the storms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch back that whole like approach sequence. I'm going to write down some of the stuff so I'll be able to have that on like a notepad, because I really want to fly this airplane more true to how it's meant to be flown. Exactly, Shaq. Get him a bourbon on your tap. Sounds good to me, man. All right, we'll kill the lights coming into the gate here. Oop, went too far on that one. Whoa. Well, now we got the a little too far. Chris, I'm definitely going to do that. Take it up and just mess around with some autopilot stuff. Bravo 45 is the gate. What is this, a tie? What the hell is a tie 321 doing here? I don't know who painted this taxiway line, but I think it was Shaq. I mean, here's the... Here, hold on, let's look at this. Shaq Oatmeal. Are you painting taxi lines here in LA? Here's the aircraft shadow zone or safe zone. Here is the straight in line. This should be over here, my friend. I think you've had one too many to drink. We don't have a marshaller, so we'll just take it in like this. Any Mad Dog action coming up? Ah, maybe, man. I'm just in love with this airplane right now. I'm just in love with the 146. Exactly, Team Vodka. How did he get to, how did he get there? All right, let's put this in a replay mode. I'm not going to shut it down. What were we? I think we were like flaps 18 when we landed. So I'm going to set flaps 18, then I'm going to start the replay. I mean, the shutdown sounds are awesome. If you guys haven't heard them, all the sounds, the sound set in this airplane is spot on, I think. I did too, Idioto. Alright, so once those stabilize, we're going to go ahead and go into replay mode. So I'm going to go here and hit replay. And indeed, we're at flap 18. Yeah, we did flaps 33 landing, but I think when the replay started, I was at 18. Oh, maybe I wasn't. Maybe I was one notch more. Dang. All right, we're going to move it forward a little bit.
2,500.
Terrain ahead.
I'll let you guys watch the full replay on the last one with the sail song. But I just want to see a couple of these. See, like, I feel like this view should be right here. Well, I don't know. I like seeing the flap hanging down. I really do. Oh, that's cool. Oh, so you ignore flaps 30? Except for takeoff. So 1824 straight to 33. See? Another key piece of information. Interesting, Chris. So the BAE is like a Cessna and the Avro is more Airbusy. Interesting. I'd like to get an Avro in MSFS. Be kind of cool. All right, let's watch what happened here on the when we got in close. So we're at about 800 feet rad out. It was doing a great job. Exactly, Aaron. It's like a giant caravan. Yeah, you need to get your money back on that one, Shaq.
500.
All right, so 500 feet, air brake came out. That's cool. So this is where it got a little squirrely. Maybe I didn't add enough power. A little bit of a wind shift. We're still on the slope.
Plus 100.
Wide slope.
Yeah, I think we just got low. I don't know, maybe we just kind of bottomed out on it. We took over manual control. We got a little bit low. Let's what did the passengers see?
40, 30, 20, 10,
I love the reflection of that. That wasn't all that bad. Let's see how that was. Let's see the actual touchdown. Oh, that was buttery. That was buttery, guys. There's yellow and green lift spoilers. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. That was a lot of fun. Alright, guys. I'm going to let y'all watch it from right about here. We'll go ahead and resume. Before it actually crashes out and you don't have one to watch. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you guys enjoy a full replay in the thunderstorm in the Los Angeles. Chris, once again, I can't thank you enough for the help today. It was a lot of fun. I definitely learned a ton of information, which I'm going to try to digest and actually start to repeat so I can kind of learn this airplane better. Everyone else, thank you so much for hanging out with me for the it's getting long stream here. Thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon. I know we've been streaming for a while. I think it was a good first benchmark test. I'm going to do some graphic tweakings. I'm going to do some tweaking on my GPU and NVIDIA settings as well. But I'll be looking forward to a stream tomorrow. I'll try to get that thumbnail up tonight before I leave the office. I haven't decided if we're going to be mad dogging or back in the BAE. Maybe a 100 or maybe a 300. I don't know. We'll have to see. Until next time, guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Hate to be that guy bartender feeling one more for the road. Exactly, Shaq. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. I will see you again tomorrow. We'll see you then. I'm V1. See ya.